Good evening, everyone. It's another edition of Sunday Night Baseball with your favorite guys from Beanie Bros Sports. Unfortunately, last week, Sunday Night Baseball got rained out, and that would have been awesome because we would have saw the best pitcher on the planet and possibly the universe, Jacob deGrom, pitch. So, unfortunate, but I mean, pretty good consolation prize, and we have arguably one of the best rivalries in all of sports with the Yankees facing the Red Sox here. And once again, we got both teams are pretty competitive this year, and I mean especially the Red Sox, because the Yankees have been slumping to say the least.
They suck.
Side of the ball. So yeah, it's really surprising on the offensive. How bad the Yankees have been offensively, even like from a franchise standpoint, they've just been brutal.
Yeah, it's been rough for sure. But at least tonight we might get some offense. Red Sox are a great offensive team. Obviously, 2 weeks ago we didn't get a single run until the 10th inning. But even with the Yankees' horrible offense, they got to score one, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I guess pitching for the Yankees here this year is Domingo Germán, who's actually, I mean, aside from Garrett Cole, has probably been maybe their second best pitcher this year. He's coming with a nice ERA, 3.27, and having a good bounce back year, whatever you want to say it, after suspension and maybe not really doing that well last year, but it's looked pretty
scumbag.
And then on the Red Sox, we have Garrett Richards here, who's having a pretty good year so far. Pretty good so far. That that contract that he signed with the Red Sox earlier on the year is looking like a pretty good bargain right now because they're he's been pitching pretty well, to say the least.
Definitely, yeah, he's been doing good. He has the best curve spin in Major League Baseball, which we were just talking about a few minutes ago before we went live.
Yeah, and again with him, it's just one of those kind of what if stories because obviously, well, maybe people who weren't watching baseball back then don't remember, but when he was originally on the Angels, drafted with the Angels, a 42nd overall pick, I believe it's first round with the Angels back in 2009, and he had some great years and was arguably one of the better pitchers in the sport back in 2014 and 2015, where he had ERAs of 2.61 and 3.65 in 2014 and 2015. And I remember him being, I think he had like the hardest fastball velocity back then. He was like hitting 96, 97. And again, like you said, he had one of the best curveballs back then and was striking out a lot of guys. But injuries got the best of him. It's not really like his ability has tapered off. It's just injuries kind of got the best of him. So it's good to see that he's doing well so far.
Yeah, and one guy we were all kind of hoping to see in the lineup tonight, Rougned Odor, not in the lineup, but you look at his history against Garrett Richards, and that's why he's 1 for 10 in his career against Richards. They were both in the AL West for a while.
He's probably 1 for 10 against a lot of guys this year.
Yeah.
In his career. Not just this year, Aiden.
You know you're struggling when you got to sign Rougned Odor.
Seriously. This Yankees team is just
offensive woes this year. They had to sign Rougned Odor and put him in the lineup.
Believe it or not, the Yankees are minus 150 favorites for tonight.
Really?
Red Sox come in at plus 130,
which
is surprising.
So
more so fans, probably based on the starting pitchers.
Yeah, but hey, any fans want to make some easy money, bet against the Yankees tonight.
Yeah.
Over-under's at 9.5. I would not be shocked if we got the over tonight.
Me as well. Red Sox are a great offensive team.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and something about Sunday Night Baseball just makes me feel like the Yankees are going to find a little bit more rhythm in their bats.
For sure.
Doesn't look like a packed. Does anyone know if Yankee Stadium's capacity is 100% yet?
I don't know.
Not yet. I think in New York, I'm not sure when it's happening, but they're allowed to be 100% on a certain date if everyone's vaccinated. So I know the Mets are doing. I think 90% of the stadium is going to be at 100%, and then 10%
That's
is going
pretty
to be
cool.
very distant. But I don't think that's happened yet. I think it's within the next couple weeks. But I feel like the Yankees are pretty much at capacity right now with that crowd of 25 people.
Yeah. Oh man.
The highest K rate for the Yankees ever this season.
Yeah.
25%.
Rougned Odor has definitely helped with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, they're showing Domingo Germán here. I guess first 3 starts he was pretty brutal, but his last 8 or 9 starts he's really turned it around and probably been one of the better pitchers in baseball, I guess, in the American League specifically. So we'll see how he fares against arguably one of the better offenses in the league.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big test for him tonight.
Oh yeah. So batting leadoff. Okay, they got Domingo Santana batting leadoff for the Red Sox. Okay.
Danny Santana.
Oh, Danny Santana. Sorry. There you go. Thanks for the correction.
All good.
I remember he had he was with the Twins, right?
Yeah, he was with the Twins. Then he played a little bit with Atlanta and then the Rangers.
Yeah, he had a really good rookie season. I remember he batted like well over 300 in his rookie season, and then he hasn't really been the same hitter.
But he's a career 257 hitter, which is certainly not bad. He must have dealt with some injuries throughout his career, 8 years, 521 games. Either that or a lot of time in the minor leagues.
Yeah, I guess he was pretty good with Texas back in 2019, actually.
Yeah, he did have a good year.
Really good. Wow, 28 home runs, 81 RBIs.
Yep.
Wow, okay, never mind. 283 average. All right. He hasn't been that good this year, though. 135 average. Not the best.
But what's
his
that
highest
BABIP?
average was in his rookie year.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
55 OPS plus.
Nice start for Germán.
Yes.
Brett Gardner. Didn't know he was playing center field.
And we mentioned the horrible Yankees offense. Well, Brett Gardner's hitting 192. So
yeah,
that about sums it up. Clint Frazier's hitting 182. So you can't get any worse in the outfield. And then you go to left field or right field, where Clint Frazier's playing tonight.
Now we got Alex Verdugo at the plate here.
Verdugo was the main piece in the Mookie Betts trade.
Main piece in the Mookie Betts trade. And looks like he just went yard. Wow, that was a bomb.
Well, somebody's a little bit ahead of me.
Wow.
Oh, yes, it does.
He crushed that. Got a lot of swagger to him. I like it.
And just like that, we have more runs than 2 weeks ago.
Wow, he 446 feet. Wow, 108.8 mile power exit velocity. Jeez.
Destroyed that baseball.
Oh, yeah, he did. He threw that right down the middle. Boom.
And now we got one of the definite candidates for MVP this year, Xander Bogaerts, who's having a great year.
Oh, yeah. Very good year. Man, he crushed that ball. Boom. Absolute no doubter. That was definitely not Yankee Stadium cheapie. That's
no.
That's going out in every ballpark.
He destroyed that baseball.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Nothing cheap from Verdugo. Exit velo 108.8, huh?
Oh, wow. 147 OPS plus, 330.
Said the distance would have been 440 on that.
Yeah, he crushed that. He really crushed that. Come on, Bowman. Outside. Bogarts. Ooh, nasty pitching on the inner half there. 2-2 now. Man, when did Bogarts break in the league? It seems like he's been on the Red Sox for so long, and yet he's still only like what 28, 27? Oh,
Yeah, he broke in 2010.
wow.
No,
He came in at a really young
sorry.
age.
He broke in 2013.
2013. So he's like 21 then? 20?
Yeah, he made his debut when he was just before his 21st birthday a few weeks ago.
Wow. Yeah, because it literally seems like he's been on this team for so long.
Yeah, he's only 28 years old and he's
Yeah.
in his 8th season.
Jeez. He's gotten better and better.
Yeah, he's a career 290 hitter.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. How many career hits does he have? It seems like he's probably racked up quite a bit.
Career hits 1,148.
It's pretty good. Ooh,
Yeah, not bad at all.
nice. Wait, who's playing first for the Yankees? Number 92?
That's Chris Gittens.
Oh, okay.
He made his major league debut last night.
Oh, okay.
27-year-old.
Wow, okay. Jeez. Yeah, weird number, so I
Yeah.
recognize it.
Part of why I like Verdugo is he rocks 99.
Oh, yeah. Just like Judge.
Wayne Gretzky of baseball. Nah,
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is overrated. Get him out of here.
Rafael Devers. He's having quite a year, that's for sure.
He hits nukes.
He does. He's leading the entire MLB, I believe, in RBIs right now.
Yep.
Oh, man. And I believe, his brother's name's Jose Devers?
Yeah, Jose Devers plays for the Marlins.
He's made his major league debut this year, right?
Yes, and if I'm not wrong, he was the former Yankee prospect.
Really? Okay.
Unless I'm thinking of someone else, he was one of the main prospects in the Giancarlo Stanton trade.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Let me just double check that though.
He's already hit 2 dingers this series. Or no, 1 dinger, sorry. He's had some clutch hits this series, though.
Yeah, so Jose Devers was in the Stanton trade.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I've been sick if the brothers faced each other in good old Boston Yankee rivalry.
Yes, it would be.
Yep.
Cool. We'll eventually face each other, but unfortunately Miami versus, the Red Sox doesn't have the same appeal.
No.
Oh, okay. So now we get to see that awesome Yankees offense here. See what they can do.
An awesome curveball for Garrett Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, when we say awesome Yankees offense, we're being sarcastic if the viewers do not notice. Garrett Richards does, in fact, though, have a great curveball.
He does.
But it's going to look much better tonight facing this putrid Yankees offense.
Yeah.
That it will. That it will.
Yeah, I guess the one I've been really surprised this year that struggled is LeMahieu. He's only batting .259 this year. His OPS is .668. Like, he has just not done anything this year. I'm really surprised by that.
And look at his BABIP.
Wow, what is it?
It's above 300.
Oh, okay.
Which suggests, if anything, he's been lucky, and then his average is horrible.
Yeah, he looks like he's striking out a bit more than he usually does this year. Actually, a lot more, looks like it.
And DJ LeMahieu is a former Cub.
Yeah, he was drafted second round with the Cubs.
Yeah, so Theo Epstein, that was the one trade that Theo Epstein was great in his time in Chicago, but when he got there, he traded away LeMahieu to to fill in that third base hole left by Aramis Ramirez. That's the worst trade he ever made. Got two guys I've never even heard of.
Yeah. Casey Weathers and Ian Stewart.
Yep.
Garrett Richards. Whew. Firing that ball there. Look, he's still got the velocity. I don't know what I'm
Last
talking
7
about.
starts, he's been great. And why not make it 8 straight starts that are good against this AAA offense?
Yeah. I mean, even though with the Mets, all their injuries, they could be the better offense in New York right now, in all honesty.
And that's with Francisco Lindor hitting 215.
Yeah, with all the injuries they've had. Like, my goodness, this has just been such a disappointing offense.
They're definitely going to be active on the trade market in the next few weeks. They kind of have to be.
Oh yeah, especially in center field. Like Brett Gardner playing center. I mean, much as I like him, longest tenured Yankee, he can't be your starting center fielder if you want to make a deep postseason run or even make the playoffs for that matter.
No. There's definitely been some center field issues in New York on both sides this year. The Mets are on their 7th center fielder, and the Yankees are unfortunately still on Brett Gardner.
Yeah. He's a good defender, but man, he can't hit it all.
He was supposed to be a bench player for them this year. It's pretty tough spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, Aaron Hicks, he's probably out for the entire season. But, I mean, even he wasn't hitting that well before he got injured.
No.
Oh. And LeMahieu strikes out there, kind of continuing his woes.
Yeah, I kind of feel stupid predicting him to be a dark horse for the batting title.
I mean, he won it last year, right? And he's won 2 batting titles. And there was really nothing to suggest that he was declining by any means. And here's the only.
Sorry, I predicted him for MVP. That's my bad.
Oh, that's worse.
I mean,
Yeah.
And there you go.
I felt like he was robbed last year.
Left field there. Aaron Judge.
All right.
Overrated. Overrated.
Aiden's a big Yankees fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. With Aaron Judge, again, it's just all about health with him. Like he's definitely proven he's capable of hitting. It's just always health with him. And is Urshela up at the plate here? Oh no, Gleyber Torres. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Judge's stats this year are all based on how he's destroyed the Orioles. He had like close to a 2,000 OPS against the Orioles, and then the rest of the teams he's played against, his OPS was like below 700.
I mean, if you want to talk about Orioles killers, I don't know if you remember in 2019, Gleyber Torres here, I believe he set the record for most home runs against one team, and it was the Orioles. He hit like 13 or something against the Orioles. It was ridiculous.
Really?
Doesn't surprise me. Their pitching was horrible in 2019.
I think they allowed the most home runs ever, the Orioles, that year.
Okay, wait, in 1 year or just in his career?
The Orioles, the whole team pitching staff, they allowed the most home runs that year, like out of any pitching staff in history.
Okay.
And Gleyber Torres himself set the record for most home runs. One batter hit against one team in 1 year, kind of thing. And he was really good. Like, I mean, obviously his stats were significantly helped by facing the Orioles, but he still hit, I believe, 33 or 34 home runs that year. Just hasn't really shown the power stroke this year, but he just floats a single in there. And now there's runners on first and second. I mean, he still hasn't shown his power stroke yet, although I do believe he had a home run yesterday. We got Urshela here. Ooh, I think he hit that curveball.
Yeah, so against the Orioles since 1985, Gleyber Torres has the most home runs with 13. You know who's second? Aaron Judge with 11. And then who's fourth? Gary Sanchez with 10. So
Yeah, the Yankees just
four
crushed
guys
the Orioles.
are in this game right now. And the other guy, JD Martinez, also in this game.
Yeah.
And then fifth is Jose Bautista.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. The Orioles have been laughing stock of the.
I just always remember his battles with Darren O'Day.
Urshela just missed a 3-run home run there. So close.
Wow. Right down the line.
Yeah, I just missed it.
So that was almost one of those cheap Yankee Stadium home runs.
Yeah, that would have been a cheap Yankee Stadium home run for sure.
Any other park, that's a fly out to the first baseman.
Yeah, especially in Oakland.
Yeah.
Those big foul grounds. Man,
So Aaron Judge against the Orioles, Aiden was just mentioning, in his career, he's a 426 hitter with 24 RBIs in 18 games.
Ooh, 3 straight singles by the Yankees here. Oh, they're going to send him home? Nope.
On a tough start for Garrett Richards here.
Yeah, I mean, just as we were talking about this horrible Yankees offense, they're kind of proving us wrong right now. But I guess they still have to hit with the runners in scoring position, and I think that's been their biggest Achilles heel. Oh, nice swing by Giovanni Urshela. Oh, lined up the middle.
Well, so much for trouble with the curve. Clint Eastwood was at this game. He'd have nothing to watch.
Oh, Gary Sanchez. Going to the plate.
El Gary Sanchez, the worst defensive catcher in the American League.
Yeah. He's good at gunning guys down, but
he can't frame a ball to save his life.
Yeah, that's the problem.
He doesn't help his pitchers out at all. That.
Oh,
and he also hits.
We talk about it. Oh, lines that ball in the left field wall, and that'll score 2 runs. Just as we.
Wow, we've already got lots of offense.
I should have bet one of these over.
Could be one of these crazy Red Sox Yankees games where it's just like 11-10 or something.
I mean, I'm down for that.
Oh yeah, offense. After our last live, I think there wasn't really that much offense.
And most games I've watched this year have been NL East, so haven't seen much offense. That's for sure.
Yeah. Welcome to the AL East.
Yeah.
Even our crap.
This is what we deal with.
Yeah. Oh man. Nice.
Good start for the Yankees.
Yeah, really good start.
I had a feeling, man. I said it. Yankees on Sunday Night Baseball. I think the bats are going to be alive.
Is this Chris Gittens?
Yeah.
Still looking for his first major league hit, I guess, then, if he made his debut.
Yeah, he was 0 for 3 last night. I mean, now's a great time to get that first knock.
Yeah, Sunday Night Baseball against the Red Sox, runners on first and second.
Or second and third.
Ooh.
Infield's in, too.
Oh, yeah. Just put the ball in play. Wow.
$75 home runs in 427 minor league games.
Yeah, he's grinded in minors.
2019.
The Yankees finally got something with bases loaded. They've been struggling all year with just offense in general, I guess, but it's those specific situations.
Oh, swung at ball 2.
Rough. Well, Seattle's up 4-2 on the Angels in the 9th. Angels have taken the first couple of that series. Mets,
That game started at 4.
yeah, Mets are trying to make things close in the bottom of the 9th. San Diego scored a run. But Mets are still up 6-2.
Clint Frazier, was he the main piece in the Andrew Miller trade with the Cleveland Indians?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
think.
wondering. Because, I mean, he showed some promise when he first came, but, man, he is really struggling this year. Really needs to cut down.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, man. As he goes down 0-2 here already by one of those nasty Garrett Richards curveballs.
Well, he hasn't been lucky either. He has a 234 BABIP.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Batting average. Of course, he's been bad at the plate, but it doesn't help when everything you hit is
Wow.
finding a glove.
I guess this isn't surprising. I guess it showed Garrett Richards is 0-5 against the Yankees in his career with like an 8.43 ERA.
And that's just at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clint Frazier has a negative 0.9 WAR this year.
Yeah, he's
stinks.
Yeah, he hasn't been good.
I mean, in 2018, his BABIP was 429. It was 307 in 2017, 329 in 2019, 338 in 2020, and then 234 this year. Well, just talked about the lack of offense in the NL East. The Mets are now 23-5 in games where they score 4 runs. I don't think that's a combination for success in the AL East.
No, it's not. Oh, strike 3. Garrett Richards managed to strike out the side there through all that.
Yeah, he located that pitch. Excellent.
Yeah, very excellently located. But Gary Sanchez got the big knock there.
Should have bet the over. Should have put money down.
You should have. You'd already be close.
First inning, 3 runs. Come on. Easy money. Well, let's see. Where are the Bears? Wow.
Devers. I think he was already up. I think Hunter Renfroe, been one of the hotter hitters in baseball over the past.
No, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Was Devers was the last one to hit.
Oh yeah. He's been one of the better hitters in baseball. Hunter Renfroe. Over his last, even last 15 games, he's batting .367 with a 1.027 OPS.
He was not good with Tampa last year, though.
No, he wasn't. But I do remember him hitting a grand slam against the Jays in the first game of the postseason series they played. So
he did it when it counted.
Yeah, he did. Fortunately against my team. But yeah, he was not good at all last year. Although he's a pretty good fielder. And his BABIP last year was also 141. That's pretty
Yeah, that's true.
that's actually
I think
unlucky.
a lot of people were like that last year with only 60 game season.
Yeah.
You're gonna get either super lucky or super unlucky.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with the shortened season. Some guys were definitely had worse or better seasons than maybe what their skill level actually is at.
And it was really hard for like players who entered the free agent market because our team's gonna trust that 60 game stretch.
Exactly.
And Trevor Bauer got a ridiculous contract off of.
Yep. I mean, so far he's pitched pretty well.
He has. He lost to Max Fried. Outpitched him today.
Oh, there you go.
Against the Dodgers. Max Fried, since he came off the IL, has been fantastic. And he's been what Atlanta's needed at this moment with Soroka out for the year now. If Max Fried can't keep this going, the Braves are done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Ooh. Oh, just missed that. Oh, yeah.
And then Matt's favorite, Jesse Winker, hit 3 home runs today. Got the sweep against St. Louis Cardinals for the Reds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But that guy is been pretty lucky this year so far. Although,
what do you think about,
it's not really luck.
What do you think about Winker's season so far, Matt?
Well, his BABIP's ridiculous. I think it's over 400. So his average is not indicative of who he is actually as a hitter. And as kind of was pointed out by one of our fellow writers, Justin, his splits are pretty ridiculous, righty-lefty. With Winker being a lefty himself, he destroys righties. I believe he's batting like 370 against righties. And then against lefties, he's batting like 235. So, yeah.
And he's a horrible defender. Horrible.
Yeah, he's not a good defender. I mean, he is above average hitter, I'll say that, but he's not the hitter he is, like what his stats indicate right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, what, batting 350 or something right now? 340? I don't even know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's batting 350.
Yeah. The guy's stacked to come back.
The only worst outfielder I know is Jurickson Profar, who's not even really an outfielder, but he was playing center field today.
Yeah. And I mean, he can't even hit either, so at least Winker can hit.
That's true.
Alex Cora. Yeah, he was the bench boss for I believe he was the bench boss for the Astros, right, in 2017.
Yeah.
Got suspended. I mean, I'm thinking that because they show Alex Cora, then they got Marvin Gonzalez, and he was on that team, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
So, bit of Astro representation here.
Yeah, cheers, gonna stick together.
Exactly.
It's so dumb, though. Like, Alex Cora does all that and has a job after his 1-year suspension with the same team he was with.
Yeah.
Not a year's vacation.
Yeah, I don't know. That must have been pretty awkward for all the players when he kind of came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, sorry.
Whatever.
Taking a break.
I doubt he would take any of it back, especially when he ended up with the same job.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially in 2018 when there was all that stuff with the Red Sox and in their World Series run the next year. So, controversy seems to follow him. I don't know if it's a coincidence. Oh, anyway, who's up here? Kike Hernandez. And I believe he was on the Dodgers in that World Series. Look at that. All his connections to that season.
Yes. And he can play just about everywhere.
He can. And I always felt like in the playoffs, especially, he's just like a clutch hitter. I always felt like he always got the big hit. And, he's definitely like his career numbers. He's kind of more of a platoon guy. Like he'll play everywhere. He's not going to be in your lineup every single day, but it seems like he gets the big hits when it matters most. That's just from his Dodger days.
Oh, yeah. But now, like the Red Sox, between him and Marwin Gonzalez, they have two guys that can play 7 of the 9 positions. Like, that's a lot of flexibility to work.
Oh, it really is.
Roster.
A lot of teams are. I mean, obviously with these guys, these guys were still in the infancy stage of kind of teams having those utility guys. Ben Zobrist being one of the first.
Yeah, Ben Zobrist with the
utility guys who could hit.
Cubs.
But now every team kind of seems like they're training their guys when they're like prospects to play multiple positions. I know the Jays are doing that with some of their guys like Kevin Biggio and Austin Martin. A lot of teams are doing that now. I mean, the Rays, again, always seem to be at the front of, progressing the sport and advanced analytics and stuff. They're always doing that with their players. It really seems like we're just going to see more and more of players like Marwin Gonzalez and Kike Hernandez.
Yeah, and a lot of these veteran guys have jobs because they can play multiple positions.
Exactly, yeah.
Keeps you in the
it's definitely very valuable.
What's that?
It's about adapt or die.
Exactly. I mean, you probably the best example of that you can think of is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa of the Rangers, because I believe he was a catcher, right? Now he played shortstop, and now he's
or
something.
He plays everywhere.
Yeah, and he's like above average at fielder at every single position too. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's crazy, and that's like yes, some players are born with more defensive talent, but the longer they spend in the minor leagues to be able to develop those defensive instincts and abilities, the better they're going to be at the major league level.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why you see catchers spend so long in the minor leagues, and it's not necessarily because of the bat. Like, the bat's not always takes that long to develop. It's the glove.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has a 2.7 WAR.
Yeah. I mean, he's hitting decently. I mean, from an average perspective, he's not really a power guy, but it's just his base running and his defense.
Yeah.
He's definitely a guy you want, like, you envision being on like a championship team, because he just does all the little things right that managers love. Runs the bases well, plays an exceptional defense, puts the ball in play, doesn't strike out a ton.
Well, in his career, he has 73 appearances at catcher, 20 appearances at second, 117 at third, 77 at short, and 3 as a designated hitter.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous what he.
Yeah, I don't know why he put him just as a designated hitter, because I mean his glove is just so valuable. You probably want him in the lineup.
Yeah, he has a total of 22 errors.
Okay.
22 errors since 2018. That's not bad considering the positions he plays.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He actually started at third in 2018, and he had 5 errors in 46 games.
Jeez, yeah.
And since then, he's been great.
Wow.
Then he went to catcher, then over to second, then short, then back to catcher, third. But lately, it's been shortstop. This year, I think he's only played shortstop.
Yeah, he's pretty well just played shortstop.
Yeah, well, now that they have the opening at shortstop, that's probably where he's going to be for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Miguel Aguilar. Stop. Ooh, that ball. That curveball got away from him there.
And he had some good years at the start of his career at the Yankees.
He did, especially his rookie year. I remember the big thing was, was Ohtani and him. And, if you look at the numbers, you could definitely make a case that, Aguilar could have been the rookie of the year that year, because he had 27 home runs and 92 RBIs, 290. average, but
and he just couldn't make the
a
adjustment.
player like Ohtani since Babe Ruth, so that definitely helped Ohtani.
Although Angiuhar has had a lot of injuries.
He has.
He's played after his ridiculous 2018 season, he played 12 games in 2019, 21 in 2020, and now 23 this year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's unfortunate because his rookie year he looked like he was gonna have a awesome year, especially career with that. He can still turn it around a bit, but so far he hasn't done it this year.
And after that first year, I think a lot of people were talking about the Yankees using him as trade bait, and even Noah Syndergaard was mentioned in a possible 3-way trade.
Yeah, he definitely had very high trade value then, especially when because I know the Yankees in 2018 they just had so many bats that year.
Yeah,
he kind of came out of nowhere to have that season too, and it's like great, we got another bat.
They would love to have any one of those bats right now.
Yeah, now it seems like they're dumpster diving for bats right now. Because that team was exceptional in 2019 with their offense specifically.
Oh yeah, and that's why we as well as many other people had the Yankees so high coming into this year.
Yeah, because then they had another guy, Luke Voigt kind of came in over, especially last year.
Yeah, Luke Voigt had
guy just had an incredible year. 22 home runs in that shortened season, which is pretty incredible. It's just something finding guys.
And he's only played in 12 games this year.
Yeah, he's had injury struggles.
But Yankees fans also aren't the nicest to their players. They pretty much forced Jay Bruce into retirement.
Yeah, that's why I'm not so sad that the 2010s was the first decade that the Yankees hadn't won a World Series in 80 years or something.
Yeah.
They haven't won since 2009. It's definitely quite the World Series drought for the Yankees and, their infinite pockets.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
We don't need to see another Yankees win in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Each of us would be very happy with that.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Right.
Greg Gagnon?
What a legend.
I believe Brett Gardner was on that 2009 team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Brett Gardner's had a good career.
Wow.
How many
balls. Ooh. Brett Gardner showing off that warning track power. Hit the gym, buddy.
Can you hear Aiden
been with the Yankees his whole career?
He's having some connection issues.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Gurgled.
I was just about to ask Aiden about the NL Central, but he's experiencing some technical difficulties.
And Yankees already went through their lineup. LeMahieu's up again.
Yeah.
Hello?
He can do something different.
Oh, hello.
I don't know what's going on there.
Ooh.
Yeah, Aiden, you kind of just froze for a good minute.
Yeah.
You're probably still frozen on YouTube right now.
Yeah, you probably are. For the two viewers, what? I want to hear his analysis on the NL Central. What?
Yeah. Come on.
Fix it, boys. What's going on? I want to know, can my Pirates get back in it this year? Are we going to make some trades? Deadline, what are we going to do? We blowing it up? We going for it?
If there's any Pirates fans out there that are paying attention, y'all are screwed.
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
Oh, thank you for that,
Aiden. Is back.
Would you like to elaborate on that a bit?
Why? You want me to talk about the Pirates? Whew.
Well, we are on commercial break. It's about just as entertaining as commercial.
Why not talk
Well,
about the
yeah.
real NL Central goats, the Chicago Cubs?
They've been
Them
good.
Chicago Cubs have been slaughtering people until their series against the Giants, where they unfortunately, I don't know, did they end up winning today?
I think they were up 4-3. But how about
I
Patrick
saw
Wisdom?
that.
Patrick Wisdom's hit 6 home runs this week.
Wow.
So they avoided a sweep, a 4-game sweep, but they still lost 3 or 4 against the Padres. Before that series, they were something like they had like 3 or 4 losses in their last 15, 16 games.
Yeah. So Patrick Wisdom has played 12 games now. He's hit 6 home runs. Or 7 home runs. He's hit 6. He had a 1.4 OPS coming into today, and then he hit another home run.
Is there a home run derby this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be.
I think so.
So next Sunday we have Cardinals Cubs.
Man, they gotta be more. It seems like they just show the NL Central, NL East, and
Next week we just got to pick a good game. I can't do Cardinals Cubs again. No offense, but that was horrible.
It was 1-0 it ended or something.
In extra innings. Well, they went to extras, and then Baez hit the home run. It was 0-0 through 9.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Definitely our worst broadcast.
Yeah, that was so
much
brutal.
to talk about. We burnt through everything after 3 innings because nothing going on in the game. You can only talk about Adam Wainwright's elite status so much.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Christian Vasquez. A nice base hit up the middle.
He's a bigger boy.
More action this game so far than that game, that's for sure. Wow.
Oh, yeah. We've already got more hits.
Bobby Dahlback hit a bomb yesterday. Holy crud.
Yes, he did.
Oh, man, how far did that go? 453. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, so that's what you get with Bobby Dahlbeck, mixed in with about 50 strikeouts per home.
Yeah. He's a young Adam Dunn.
Well, don't disrespect Adam Dunn like that. Come on.
That's fair. My gosh. I mean, hey, if he's their 9 hitter, I mean, he has a lot of power. It goes to show how good the Red Sox lineup is, that he's their 9 hitter. I mean, again, he's striking out so much, not going to hit for a good average, but he can crush balls.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, some teams are thinking we'd just rather have our pitcher bat 9 than Dahlbeck bat 9.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, you talk about the American League's better because of the DH, but each of these lineups is one guy that just cannot hit. I mean, you're talking about Danny Jansen for the Blue Jays.
Oh, gosh.
That man's hitting 150.
Yeah.
Might be for the best that he spent some time on the DL for the IL.
Yeah.
Get some soft toss in.
Although then the other night, what happened in the Miami Marlins game kind of shows you need the DH. Eliezer Hernandez finally returned from the IL after going down his first week, and he got injured again running the bases after he had pitched 6 great innings. And now he's back to the IL. Just another tough loss for an NL East team. They just continue to rack up the injuries. But I like to point out the NL East is now a 3-team division. Marlins are done. Nationals.
teams for last place, you mean?
Well, it's going to be soon. The Phillies are next. Phillies are next to drop.
Yeah. The Mets to lose, especially once they get all their guys healthy.
Yeah, but I mean, the Braves series against the Dodgers shows you that they could still win it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the pitching. Their bullpen is still horrible. I mean, like you said, they have Shane Green coming back, and that'll help
Yeah.
a bit. But, man, I mean, I guess they have Will Smith, too. Like, those are two reliable guys. But, like, when you look at the Mets, they have so many guys.
They've definitely got to be on the trade market.
Oh, for sure. And
I even wonder if, like, I know there's usually not divisional trades, but the Nationals are going to have a lot of trade pieces available soon. And they have a few good arms in the bullpen.
Oh, yeah.
And they might be wise to trade with a team like the Braves, who have a lot of young talent, especially young arms in their farm.
For sure.
And then Max Scherzer's going to the Blue Jays, of course. So
it just makes sense.
It really does.
Expiring deal this year. I mean, it won't be too high of a price. I mean, he still is Max Scherzer, so you still have to pony something up. And
yeah,
that's one of the best farm systems in the league right now, so they can easily more than handily hand out the the prospects that they want.
Yeah, definitely.
And still have some of their top end talent.
Yeah.
In the system.
The thing with the Nationals, like, if they don't make these moves at the deadline, like, they're not winning with this team. And if they don't make moves soon, they're not even going to have a decent farm system. They're worse by far.
Why are there handcuffs in the dugout? Did anyone else see that?
Uh-oh. Which dugout?
There's a quick shot of the Red Sox dugout, and there's handcuffs.
Is that like a towards Domingo Germán?
No idea. It was like one of the handcuffs was on the fence or the wall or whatever, and then the other one was just free.
Boston Red Sox do not support domestic violence. Major League Baseball seems to, with the fact that he's already back.
I didn't realize that the Yankees are 6 games back. Just like the Jays now, I guess.
They've had a bad stretch. Oh, so I was mentioning Seattle was up 4-2. They're now up 9-3.
Yeah, I saw that. It's the top of the 9th, right?
It was the top. It's bottom of the 9th now. Angels have already scored a run, and they have the first and second with nobody out. Rendon's up. So Angels are looking for a historic comeback here against the Mariners.
I celebrated his 21st birthday. Nice.
That's a nice hat. I love it.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet hat. Nice.
Finally 21.
Yep. It's legal drinking age in the U.S. now. There you go. Decided to spend it at a Yankees Red Sox game, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I can still grab beers there.
Yeah.
Expensive beers, but beers nonetheless. Oh, man. Wow.
Oh, bum bum.
Yeah, this Mariners are finally actually showing that they have an offense today. 9 runs.
Well, you know who they benched today?
Jared Kelenic.
Jared Kelenic is over his last 38, 39.
Yeah, he's really struggled. Like, I mean, really struggled.
Oh, yeah.
He has been brutal.
It's funny because there's only one person. There's 2 people with more than 1 hit on the Mariners today, and they scored 9 runs.
Yeah,
and they didn't hit. And they only one guy hit a home run. That's
Oh, Tony
pretty
has
nutty.
walks today. He usually doesn't walk that much, so that's surprising.
Oh, Baez got injured today.
Oh, really?
He left the game with right thumb soreness.
Uh-oh.
That's not ideal.
Right thumb soreness?
Yeah, I don't really know what that means.
What does today's players come to?
I know, right?
Can't play through a hangnail.
Well, what was it? Zach Plesac got injured when he was taking off his jersey. It got caught on his locker. Like,
I didn't even see that.
these guys are weak.
I just remember that one time when the Jays signed Isturis, I think his name was.
Oh, Miser stars.
And he fell down the stairs, or he like tripped down the stairs or something, and he's out for the year. Like, shit, dude, I like fall down the stairs twice in a week.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he only played another hit by Judge there.
Wow.
Pretty sure he only played 17 games in the 2-year contract they signed him whatever for.
Judge is so tall.
Yeah, he is. 6'7". Wow. Wait, did Garrett Richards play for the Padres last year?
Did he?
They're showing his highlights, and I mean, what adjustments he's made, and wow, I did not know that.
I didn't either. Last year was such a weird season.
It was, yeah. Man. Goodness. The Yankees' middle of the order here's causing more problems for Richards here with Judge on.
Anthony Rendon doubles. 9-4. Nobody out. 2 men on.
Okay.
Angels are mounting a comeback. This game might be more entertaining than watching these putrid Yankees.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, Jared Walsh at the plate, I guess, now for the Angels.
Yep.
He's been very good this year, although he struggled a bit over the last.
Yeah, last little bit he
Talk
struggled a
about
bit.
pitchers who rake.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Jared Walsh is a pitcher.
Oh, struck out. Boom. It's fouled away.
Oh, yeah. Walsh struck out. Oh, but now former Met is up. Juan Lagares.
Yeah. Wow.
Who do you call when you need a big hit? 9-1-1.
I mean, his 654 career OPS says otherwise, but hey.
But I mean, hey, he's batting 5th for a team we said at the beginning of the season had an excellent offense. So
We did. That we did.
he's Mike Trout's replacement. So he's replacing the best player in baseball. He can't be that bad.
I mean, to anyone's credit, no matter who you put in center field, it would be a downgrade if the center fielder is Mike Trout.
Yeah, but I mean, clearly they thought he could fill Mike Trout's shoes.
Yeah, I guess. That 212 average,
Yeah, well,
544 OPS.
he plays great defense when he's not getting injured.
I mean, to his credit, that 212 average would probably be better than 5 guys in the Yankees starting lineup. So
Maybe 6.
maybe 6, yeah. Rougned Odor's in the lineup for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take out Judge, LeMahieu.
Yeah, basically. Wow.
But I mean, this Gittins guy is batting 0, so
Yikes.
wow, they've grounded into 56 double plays this year.
Yeah. They're showing I think they have the second worst OPS with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
here in the MLB. Not surprised at all.
No, the Yankees suck.
Yeah, they do.
And Giancarlo Stanton's face right now shows exactly how the Yankees season is going.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubt if he was healthy, he'd be hitting because, I mean, especially what he did last year in the postseason. And there you go. They got a hit there, but unfortunately, again, they grounded a double play before.
Yeah, the double play kills.
Yeah, they do. Like, how many hits do they have already? Like, I mean, I guess they have 2 hits this inning, but could have potentially nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Double play.
Ooh, Juan Lagares is working a great at bat in this Angels game here.
Oh, yeah.
Fouled off 3 straight. Now sees 2 balls. It's the 2-2 count. And maybe he's got something else left.
Got something left in the tank, maybe. We'll see. Gary Sanchez, see if he can do it again.
Oh, he got an RBI.
There you go, yeah. Sanchez is now 2 for 2.
Wow.
Judge, Urshela, and Sanchez are all 2 for 2 right now.
And that's what they need.
Yeah, they need another big hit hopefully here. Because, I mean, they're getting all these guys, all these chances. It's just, I mean, they capitalized in the first, I guess, so that was good to see. But they have 7 hits and only 2 runs to show for it right now.
Oh, yeah. So we got a comment that says Tatis equals overrated.
Tatis equals overrated.
I love it.
Well, he is very good, but I mean, like, with how much the MLB shows him, yeah, you could probably say he's overrated.
He's the only guy I've seen this year, or actually in a while, who pimps a home run that goes 1 inch over the fence.
I mean, yeah, if you hit a ball, it's easily, no doubt about it, over like 450, why not pimp it? But I mean, like, if it's close, especially with how much these, you know, MLB stadiums vary in like wall height and dimensions and stuff, it's like you got to be running them out. Like,
Yeah.
I just remember Jock Peterson pimped one that was a pop up.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah, he
That was
ended
a
up
good
getting
one.
out.
I think it was more so because of the wind in Chicago that like pulled it down. But
And he got really happy really quick because he was against his former team.
yeah,
Poor Jock.
guy crushes balls.
Yes.
getting still looking for his first hit here, and again, yet he comes up with 2 guys on base. But he's already down 0-2. Nice take. Oh.
And this game is officially the only one left going on today. Seattle beat LA 9-5.
Nice.
They needed that one.
Still shocked the Mariners managed to score 9 runs.
Well, I mean, they do have a good offense. They have an offense that strikes out a lot. But they do have some good guys. Mitch Haniger's having a great year. Kyle Seager's been good at times.
Yeah, he has been pretty good.
Ty France, I think, has been pretty good this year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, wait, has Kyle Lewis been hurt this year, or is he just struggling this year?
Yeah, he started the year on the IL, and then he played a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then he just got injured again a few days ago. He's back on the IL.
Yeah.
So I think Taylor Trammell's back up.
I mean, they definitely they could potentially have one of the better fields in the future, like, Kelnick,
Oh yeah,
uh,
Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez, I believe. He's
Yeah.
really good as well. I mean, I think he might be a bit of ways away. I think he's like in single A or something still, but then they got Kyle Lewis. They also have Taylor Trammell as well. He's an outfielder, right?
Yeah, and Mitch Haniger.
Yeah, like boom, 5 outfielders right there.
And then I think you mentioned it earlier, Matt, but like Haniger be a good maybe move to first base down the line option.
Or DH, because I mean, he definitely has the bat.
Yeah, definitely.
Mitch Haniger, like a free agent?
Got him.
I don't know.
2023, it says. Okay.
Yeah, because he's like fairly recent that he's came up.
Yeah, he's a bit of a late bloomer. I think he
Dominated.
Debut at 25.
He missed a year in there, I think. Like he's just returning off injury.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess because 2018 he was really good. 285, 26 home runs, 93 RBIs. 2019 injured riddled, only played 63 games. Last year didn't play at all. This year, he's done pretty good.
That 2019 injury looks disgusting.
Yeah.
All right, lads. I think I'll let our friend Justin get into the mix here.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Aiden. Yankee hater. Go Red Sox.
Yankees stink.
Booyah.
Wow. So who are your top 5 shortstops in the game?
Oh boy. We're gonna start that. Okay. Top 5 shortstops. This is interesting.
Let's not rank them. Let's just give the 5.
Top 5. Okay, whatever. Ranking. Well, not ranking. Okay, so top 5 guys. I'd say Trey Turner, Xander Bogaerts. I would still consider Francisco Lindor in there because he is one of the better, if not the best, defensive shortstop right now.
Yeah, the defense.
That's going to come around still. It will. It has been. Trey Turner. Did I say him? Trey Turner? Xander Bogaerts?
Yeah, you got Trey Turner, Bogarts, Lindor.
Tatis, Lindor, and shortstops are just – we have like a renaissance of shortstops right now. There's so many great offensive shortstops.
Because then you have Corey Seager. Corey Seager's great.
Yeah, oh man, I forgot about Corey Seager.
Carlos Correa.
Carlos Correa. Oh.
Javier
a lot of these
Baez.
guys are – yeah, all these guys are free agents this year too.
Yeah, Trevor Story, Javi Baez, Corey Seager, Carlos Correa, and it would have been Lindor if he didn't sign that big extension.
Yeah, for sure.
So who gets the biggest contract? Bogarts just got thrown out at second by the left fielder.
Yeah, he did.
Andujar.
Well, the thing is too, a lot of these guys came up pretty young too. So a lot of these shortstops, a lot of them, I mean, some of them are a lot of them are under 30 too, because they came up like 2021, already got that 6-year service time. I believe you need to be a free agent.
Well, yeah, Correa's going to be 28 when he enters free agency.
Yeah,
if I'm not
so
mistaken.
he's kind of like the similar age of Machado and Bryce Harper. So that'll help a bit. And he's also he has a great defensive shortstop too, and he's a good hitter as well. I would probably say out of all of them, I'd probably say he's probably gonna get the biggest contract. I mean, Corey Seager is really good, and is Javi Baez a free agent this year too?
Yeah.
Oh man, like he's also a really good defensive player too. But I mean, like I'd still consider Carlos Correa and Corey Seager better offensive guys. And then
Trevor's Story.
Oh yeah, Trevor Story. I forgot about him, man.
There's so much money that's going to be spent in this free agents class. Like,
yeah, I would say it is probably one of the best free agent classes of all time.
And it'd be cool if the Jays landed one of them too.
I mean, they have one of them. I mean, well, who's going to be free agent, and Marcus Semien. And I mean, again, kind of what you brought up earlier is like the last year, the shortened season was a very weird year. And a guy like, Marcus Semien, who, in 2019, he was coming off a career year where he finished third in the MVP voting. But, because of the 60-game stretch and it was kind of injury riddled. I think he only played like 30-something games. His numbers weren't there. I think he batted like 220 or 230 and didn't really show a lot of pop. And, even though he's like, I believe he's 30, turning 31 this year, he kind of one of those guys, he bet himself. He took a 1-year contract with the Jays. And so far, it's really worked out. I mean, in May, he was MLB, I think, we're AL Player of the Month at least.
Yeah.
Really good May. He's batting over 300, and he's looking like he can secure himself a nice 4 or 5 year deal. So,
but I wonder if it's going to be one of those free agent classes that just starts really slow, and I wonder who will be the first shortstop to really break it open and have that first signing.
Yeah, for sure.
But obviously, Lindor helped each of them out with his big contract before the season.
Oh yeah,
just
man,
hours, like minutes before opening day. But $341 million, 10 years. Oh, they're showing it right now. So it looks like we're a little bit ahead of ESPN on that one.
So Xander Bogaerts isn't a free agent this year.
No, he's not. But they're comparing him to all the free agents.
Okay, they locked him up, so he's a free agent in 2026.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, Bogaerts he's definitely top 5.
Yeah, and again, that was a smart deal for the Red Sox back then because it was a 6-year, $120 million contract that I believe he signed in 2019. And you look at what Lindor's making and what these guys are going to make. He's making $20 million a year. He's definitely probably going to outplay that contract.
Oh yeah,
smart move by the Red Sox.
And then also in just looking at which shortstops are the best, you really have to consider whether you want defense or offense because they're both good in their own rights.
Oh yeah.
Lindor is probably the best defensive shortstop, but then you look at Trey Turner, Tatis, and even Bogaerts are all probably better offensively. Trevor Story too.
Yeah, Trevor Story he's like one of the few because I guess I may have to put him in top 5. I don't know who I'd take out, but it's like he's also great defensively too.
Yeah, but then you also have to wonder where does that bat play outside of Coors.
That is also true. That's something to consider.
But at the same time, you look at DJ LeMahieu, who's had a great last couple of years with the Yankees after leaving Coors. Nolan Arenado's off to a great start with the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
So I mean, if you can hit, you can hit.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
But yeah, Trevor Story's got a great glove too. You could compare him to Lindor on really all fronts of the game.
You can, yeah, in terms of hitting ability and defensive ability. They're pretty similar players.
But Tatis is the most hyped shortstop, and Baez is also very hyped. He brings a lot of energy.
They do bring a lot of energy to the game.
So StatCast or Baseball Savant, which uses StatCast, has Lindor as a fairly significantly better shortstop than Trevor Story. But Trevor Story is still above average, of course. Just looking at outs above average.
Wow. Yeah, just the thing I guess with Baez and Tatis is sometimes they can be frustrating players to watch, especially because they don't really walk as much and they're a bit wild with some of their play.
Yeah, but then you also
striking out a lot.
You look at what they bring to the team. It's not just what they do on the field; it's the energy they create.
Oh yeah, they do. But I mean, sometimes it can be frustrating, especially with Baez. I mean, I think he leads the league in strikeouts. He's already struck out 80 times this year, Baez.
Yep. It's
37.4% of his at-bats and strikeouts. And a lot of these strikeout guys nowadays, they walk a lot, but he's only walked in 3.3%, of plate appearances. So
only 2% of major league players are worse in drawing walks and worse in striking out.
Yeah, that's going to strike out. I mean, maybe
not good.
A bit more.
All right, most overrated player in the league.
Most overrated player in the league. That is, I gotta think about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a hard one. We can come back to it.
I mean, I would say like I do see Tatis a lot in there. Every time he hits, like I know when he hits a home run because I see 5 highlights of it.
You know who I thought you were gonna say?
Who?
Jesse Winker.
Oh, I mean, he plays for Cincinnati, and he is having a really good year. And I don't really see him a lot on there. Like he had a 3 home run game today, and I didn't even really know. So, and I bet MLB.com a lot today. But if Tatis hit a 3 home run game, oh my gosh, it'd be everywhere.
Yeah, and the issue is like these players that they hype up so much, they're really good, but they're just nobody wants to hear about these players that much unless they're on your team. Like Bryce Harper kind of went through the same thing. Like he was just overhyped like crazy. And then so many people refer to him as overrated, but he's not.
No, definitely when I was watching the Phillies play the Blue Jays before he got hurt or whatever, it's just every at bat, it's like it looks like it's a grind to get the guy out. Like he walks so much, he just puts together professional at bats, hits the ball to all fields. He's definitely not overrated.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, like he's definitely worth the money. And honestly, like I don't even hear about him that much. Really, it just doesn't seem like he gets as much hype now.
No, now that he's with Philadelphia, I mean, Philadelphia finds a lot of ways to waste his talent. So
yeah,
starts with the worst defense in Major League Baseball
and ends with that horrible bullpen.
Yeah,
so pitching is great. It's just
and it was the worst bullpen in baseball, but now they have some competition. The Twins bullpen's been pretty bad. The Braves bullpen's been horrible. Even Miami's bullpen hasn't been good either. That's just 3 of them are in the NL East.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they've been brutal. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at the guys who are on the Phillies, like McCutchen specifically, it's just a guy who used to be a great defender, but it's the DH not being in the National League.
Yeah, you got to put these like guys who are clearly regressing and on the downturn. You got to put, if you want their bat, you got to put them in a position in the field.
Yeah, and you think it starts with just one position, but you put McCutchen in left, then you're moving your left fielder over to another position, and then you're moving them over to another position.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is playing at a position that they're not as strong at. And that's not a good combination. Like you look at these teams in the National League, if you add a DH spot, just think about how much better the defense gets. And then even the Marlins forced to pick between Jesus Aguilar and Garrett Cooper, both who are horrible defenders outside of first base. But if they want their bats in the lineup, one of them's got to play the outfield.
For sure. For sure, yeah. One of the big things, I mean, just having the pitcher in the lineup creates a lot more it results in a lot more strategy needing to be implemented, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And, whether it be the day-to-day, like who's starting, or situational, like are we going to pinch hit a guy? Where are we going to put him in? Even like at the trade deadline, who are we going to get? Like, is it worthwhile getting like a really good fielder to play that position over putting this guy who's clearly on, the downturn? And we only put him in there because of his bat, a lot more strategy, like on all fronts in the National League.
Yeah. And like, that's why I say like center field, shortstop, and catcher, it's okay to not have a great offensive player. You need defense at those 3 positions.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get a guy like Francisco Lindor, or if you get a guy in center like Mike Trout, obviously, like you're getting both. You're getting a great defender and great offense.
Yeah, for sure. And even with those guys, it's like, when you're a great defender, the beauty is it's like your defense never has a bad day, I would say, really. It's like you're always going to be there. Yeah, you're going to make errors and stuff, but it's not really going to go through a slump. Like you're not going to be going through a stretch where you overthrow like 10 guys, or you're not going to make a play. It's like you either really have it or you don't.
Exactly. Like Lindor has been struggling all year, but his defense has been there. Because
exactly, he's helped out in a lot of other ways.
Exactly, and that's what you can do when you have great defense. Like JT Realmuto is a great bat, but even if he doesn't hit for a week, he's still a great catcher.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we had 3 runs in the first inning. Now we're in bottom 4th. It's still 2-1.
Yeah. Aguilar with the single there. And then we got Brett Gardner, the one of the original members in the 2009 World Series team. His teammate, I guess, Alex Rodriguez is, that's how long ago it was. His teammate is retired and calling his game.
Yes.
How long it's been.
Well, this isn't the first time Alex Rodriguez has called the game of a teammate. Whenever the Phillies are been on the broadcast, Didi Gregorius is a former teammate.
Yeah, I guess they played together too.
Like, really, it hasn't been that long since Alex Rodriguez. Like, if you're talking about changing career, he did that very quick. He went from a all-star third baseman to a color commentator.
Yeah, he did.
But I'll admit, I love him a lot more on color than I did when he was on the baseball.
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100%. Just for some reason, just seems like a more likable and better dude. I don't know why.
Yeah, and like through all the cheating he did in his career, he was still this guy. Like, he was very likable within the clubhouse. Obviously, not as much at the end of his Yankees career, but.
Oh yeah, and it is a shame that he kind of got caught up with the whole steroids and stuff, because he was definitely going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer with the talent.
Oh yeah, he had a great career.
Oh yeah, especially he was drafted first overall with the Mariners. Had one of the greatest years a 20-year-old ever had, and yeah,
and signed a record contract, which was a record for quite a while.
Yeah,
was that like a record until Giancarlo signed his? Was that
the next? Yes, I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah,
maybe it was Pujols. Well, Pujols wasn't as big.
Yeah, his is 10-240, I believe. A-Rod's was 10-300.
Yeah, so it was definitely Stanton, but Stanton was 13 years, obviously.
Yeah, 13-325, and then that was broken a couple times. I think Trout has a bigger contract than that. That was Lindor.
Yeah.
I don't know if Machado. I think Machado might have been 10 years, 300 as well.
Yeah, it was 10-3, I think.
And then Bryce Harper too.
Yeah, Bryce Harper.
It's been broken 3 times already.
But that's why it's crazy. There's so many big free agents coming up this next year, because usually it's really hyped up a few years in advance, and then half the guys end up signing extensions. I remember a few years ago, it was like 5 or 6 years ago, in 2018, it's going to be Mike Trout's going to be a free agent. Bryce Harper is going to be a free agent. Matt Harvey, who at that point was Matt Harvey, is going to be a free agent. And that was going to be a huge class. And then Trout signed an extension. Harvey, died pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Harper was really the big free agent that year.
Yeah, and there was also, I believe Machado was that year as well too.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah.
Just a lot of crazy talent that debuted that year with Trout and Harper and Machado.
Yeah, and this year's even crazier with all these guys.
Yeah. Just think about the day when Vladdy and Acuna or I guess Acuna signed a long term, didn't he?
Yeah, 8 years, $100 million.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, such a stupid, cheap contract.
It's so dumb. The Braves are and they got Albies really cheap too.
Oh, 7 years, $35 million. He's making $5 a year.
No.
Yes, he is.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous.
Alex Anthopoulos, former Blue Jays GM, just
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's crazy. Albies and Acuna locked up.
Yep, and you're gonna get their prime years with all that too. Their prime years in their 20s.
Yeah, so you're getting 2 great hitters for years for that cheap. Now you can spend your money on pitching. You can spend it on a great bullpen.
Yeah,
and it's not like if it's the Athletics, why don't the Athletics ever do this? That's the question. Because the Athletics can never pay these guys when they hit free agency. Why not take these risks?
I mean, I guess with them is with Acuna, I mean, you're signing him to an 8-year, $100 million contract pretty early in his career, so there's still some risk. I mean, again, that's why I think the Tatis contract's insane.
Yeah.
Like he played 100 games and you signed him to what is that, 400 million or something? I don't even know what it is.
It's 340
Yeah, like that is
for
insane. He's
14 years.
that's huge
Yeah.
risk.
It's $1 million less than Francisco Lindor's contract.
Exactly. Lindor's already proved it like over a
Yeah.
longer stretch. So there's a lot more risk at the Tatis one.
But the Tatis one helped Lindor for sure.
Oh, yeah. It definitely did.
Like, it's definitely not a coincidence that Lindor's is exactly $1 million more expensive than Tatis. He did that for a reason. He wanted it. The Mets gave it to him.
Oh, yeah.
And Juan Soto's been really good lately.
Yeah.
He's hit a few home runs this past week. You mentioned him as one of like the unluckiest players to start the year.
Oh, yeah. He was so unlucky. Like, I mean, the guy is, I call him like a modern day Ted Williams. The guy, just his ability to, get on base, whether it be a walk or, hitting for a good average. He just always puts the ball in play and has a very low strikeout rate, and he just does everything well. Like, he's probably the best pure hitter in baseball, or best hitter in baseball, honestly, when he's fully healthy.
That's ridiculous. His expected batting average is 317.
Exactly.
And he's hitting 278.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Juan Soto. And that's another guy that just does not get hyped enough.
Oh, yeah. He definitely should get a lot more. I mean, I guess with his game, it's like he's walking a lot. He'll take the walk. And I mean, if anything, he's probably just as cocky as Tatis really is.
Yeah.
The Soto shuffle and all that after he takes a pitch.
That's true. But the MLB just doesn't do anything when Soto has a big hit.
Like literally you have Ted Williams here, basically modern day Ted Williams. And it's like, yeah.
Pretty much. He does not get enough love.
No, yeah. Like last year, even though it was only shortened, he had a 220 OPS plus. Like that is insane.
Oh my goodness. It's ridiculous.
He probably would have won MVP if you didn't have COVID at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah. And I mean, he could definitely win it this year. If
he could.
Once this like luck thing turns around.
Yeah, he could. He definitely could. Yeah, like his number, his whatever you want to call it, these I guess peripheral numbers, 273, 402, 435 slugging. That's kind of surprising how low that is. Definitely not truly a representative of the hitter he is or has been this year, anyways.
Oh yeah,
unlucky.
Well, yeah, his expected batting average on fastballs is 344.
Yeah, that's insane.
His slugging right now on fastballs is 500. His expected slugging is 655.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness! Like he has been so unlucky. And then
you
look at his stats before seeing how unlucky he's been. You're like, oh, he's gotten off to a pretty good start, but then you see it's been way better than it looks.
Oh yeah, it really has been.
Like I'm looking on his like baseball savant page and like everything is dark red.
Yeah, dark red means good.
Yeah, he's in the 90th plus percentile for average exit velocity, max exit velocity, hard hit percentage, expected slugging, expected batting average, expected WOBA, barrel percentage, strikeout percentage, walk percentage, whiff percentage, chase rate, and outs above average.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Ooh. So good.
And we're talking so much about Juan Soto and other great players. I didn't even notice the bases are loaded with Aaron Judge up to the plate.
Yeah. Their only guy is 2 for 2 coming in this at bat.
Yeah.
Power versus power here. We'll see who wins.
Wow.
Ooh.
Aaron Judge definitely needs a big hit right here.
Oh.
I feel like something's about to happen.
Close play at second. Okay. What happened? Okay. It looked really close at second.
I'm very far behind.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we did this, I was like watching on my TV, so that was like the best because it was like
cable
vision. But this one, I'm just on my computer, so I'm surprised I'm still so far ahead.
I think it's because mine was lagging a bit earlier and I didn't fix it, but I'll reset.
Fair. Oh, yeah, he's still out at second. Okay, yeah. But at least he got the run in. That's why you got to put the ball in play.
Oh, yeah.
At least he didn't strike out, productive out.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a nice play at second for sure. And also
Yeah, it was.
hitting by Judge to hit it up the middle.
Oh, yeah, because, definitely no chance of getting the double play because Aaron Judge is a pretty good runner.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if Glaber can get a nice
Gleyber Torres, former Cub. Big reason the Cubs won the World Series.
Was he a part of the Chapman deal?
He was the Chapman deal.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure it was straight up Torres for Chapman. That's Torres was a huge prospect. I mean, that was one of those trades that was just a great trade for both teams because the Yankees got Chapman back the next year. Oh, there was actually one guy who went with Gleyber Torres in the deal, and you know him. I know him. He's played.
What team does he play for right now?
He plays for the Mets.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who could have been on that deal? Wow. Oh, man.
Definitely know the name. He's played for the Jays.
Really? Okay. Who would have been on the Jays?
He's played for the Yankees, obviously, because he was in the Gleyber Torres trade.
Joe Smith?
No.
Oh, he's not.
Billy McKinney.
Billy McKinney. Wow.
Yeah. So he was a pretty good prospect at the time. Although he obviously wasn't the big piece of the trade. The headline reads Cubs ship #1 prospect plus McKinney. Oh, and then they also gave a couple low-level guys, Crawford and Warren. Huh. I didn't realize the trade was this big.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting that the Yankees are able to get, some big-time prospects for the relief guys like Chapman, they got Gleyber Torres, and the Cleveland Indians, they were able to get Clint Frazier. I mean, for relief pitchers, because now it seems like the returns that teams get, especially at the trade deadline, aren't as good, especially with the big prospects.
Definitely at the deadline, yeah.
Yeah, because even some of these relief pitchers, no less. I know Chapman and Andrew Miller are, we're talking about elite closers and guys that clearly had an effect on their teams and it clearly worked out. Especially Andrew Miller. I remember he single-handedly won that series in the ALCS against the Blue Jays. He was just dominant and won the MVP, but yes, MVP. But it's just that's just one thing I've kind of noticed. It's just teams aren't willing to give up those prospects, like high end prospects for guys at the deadline anymore, or for rentals. You usually have to have a guy who's more controllable for beyond that year at least.
Definitely. Like you look at the Edwin Diaz trade with Robinson.
Yeah.
They got Jared Kelnick, they got Justin Dunn. Then they got Anthony Swarzak and, more money going that way. But Jared Kelnick's one of the best prospects in baseball, even with his over 39 slump. And Justin Dunn's been in the rotation all year. So if you can develop relievers, you can be very successful. And that's what Oakland lived off of for quite a few years.
Yeah, same thing with the Rays also, right? Just develop relievers like crazy.
Yeah, you grab a young pitcher who throws hard, has good command, and you throw him in the 9th inning, give him a bunch of saves, and trade him at the deadline.
Exactly. Rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Teams.
You just keep drafting those young arms. Because closers are such a commodity, and then at the same time, it's like they all just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I feel like the emphasis on the closer and having a great bullpen really kind of came to life when the Royals won their 2015 World Series. I mean, you look at their seventh, eighth, and ninth inning guys. You had Kelvin Herrera in the seventh, like Wade Davis in the eighth, and then you had Greg Hall in the ninth. And you're talking about three of the best relief pitchers in baseball. And it's like you only had like the 6 innings to potentially come back if you were trailing by a couple runs. But once it got to the seventh, it seemed like the game over. It really shortens the game. I feel like that's when teams realize, like, hey, great bullpen definitely results in great success in the
postseason. And then Cleveland did the same thing with specifically Andrew Miller.
Yeah.
And they had Cody Allen as well. The back end of that pen, like they had a great bullpen, and it really does bullpens win championships.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially now with starters pitching less and less.
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you can make it an 8-inning game with a great closer, if you can make it a 7-inning game with a great setup man, if you can make it a 6-inning game with another great arm, like just shrink the game.
Exactly. It really shortens the game.
And like the Mets right now have a great bullpen. They have so many arms.
They do, yeah. You look at the Mets again, they've had so many injuries. I mean, especially on the offensive side. But, because of that great bullpen, they're still, keeping their head above water. And I mean, maybe that's a bit of insult to the Mets right now, because they're still leading their division, regardless how maybe weak or strong their division is. They're still division leader with all the injuries they've had. So
bad the NL East has been.
Yeah. It also shows how good the Mets bullpen has been.
True.
It's been great. Every guy seems to like throw 100 in that bullpen.
Yeah, and the Padres have a great bullpen.
Oh, they do.
Mets and Padres are the two best pitching teams in baseball. Obviously,
yeah, I would say that. They got great starters and a great bullpen.
Yeah, the difference between the Padres and the Mets this year has been offense. And the Mets have been hurt a bit by injuries, yeah, but even before the injuries, the Mets offense never really clicked. Whereas the Padres offense, like Tatis alone.
Yeah, the Padres offense has been Machado has been really disappointing this year so far.
Yeah, but that's like they don't need that much offense. Tatis has pretty much been able to carry the team.
Yeah, he does, honestly.
And Trent Grisham was great when not on the IL. He's coming back this next week.
Yeah, that'll be a boost for their lineup.
Definitely. And they run.
Oh, yeah, they got a lot of speed guys on that team.
They manufacture runs.
They're showing the Yankees rotation options this year. I guess 3 guys had Tommy John surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Corey Kluber's only had 11 starts since 2020, and then Domingo Herman was suspended in 2020.
And Corey Kluber's injured right now.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, like with Luis Severino, he's got electric stuff for sure. It's just, unfortunately, he's had the Tommy John and some other injuries before too.
And Jameson Taillon's a great story too. He had cancer, battled that, and then had Tommy John. But it's definitely been a long road for him. But he's been quite good for the Yankees, especially what he's coming off of.
Oh yeah,
Tommy John, you're never the same that first year.
Oh, CC Sabathia is taken in this game. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. He was on the 2009 team as well. Look at that. He's watching his teammate Brett Gardner.
Yeah. And CC Sabathia is one of those rare long-term pitcher contracts that you would say worked out for both sides.
Yeah, I would say it did. I mean, it brought a championship to New York. He had some really good years to start. He kind of struggled a bit, but in the middle kind of. But towards the end of his career, he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty respectable for sure.
Yeah. Like it was definitely a good contract, like you said. It worked out for both sides.
Yeah, and Max Scherzer, even better contract with the Nationals, 7 years.
Oh yeah, that's definitely probably one of the best long-term contracts I've ever seen.
Yeah,
got the World Series, won a couple Cy Youngs.
Another contract that's going to go down as a great one is Zach Wheeler's with Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I remember when that first year, I thought it was an overpayment, but definitely not. In fact, it could have been underpayment, how he's pitching this year.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for a few pitchers in the National League, DeGrom, Woodruff, Gausman, Wheeler might be the front runner for the Cy Young.
Yeah. Honestly, he may very well be.
Yeah, I mean, he should, if he keeps this up, he'll finish top 5 for sure. And I think people are starting to realize that he's the ace of that Philadelphia staff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as much as I like Aaron Nola, yeah, this guy's definitely the ace. My goodness. Just a workhorse, too. I think he has the most innings pitched right now in the league.
Yeah, and Wheeler benefited a lot off of who he pitched behind for so many years. Like, he has become DeGrom in obviously less of a sense. But
he has. I mean, he's definitely just gotten better and better.
Oh, the only difference between him and DeGrom is Wheeler uses 4 pitches. DeGrom really uses 2 and sometimes a third.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw like 101 every game,
yeah,
long guys can hit that.
But in 2016, Wheeler like lived off the sinker. He used it 47% of the time, and this year he uses it 11% of the time. He uses his fastball a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I remember in 2013, 2014 when he first came up, I knew he had velocity, but man, I forgot how hard he could throw. It seems like he can throw 98, 99. Basic, like almost in DeGrom territory with his fastball.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness, he really can hammer it in there. He's already got 100 strikeouts.
DeGrom yesterday threw a 94-mile-an-hour changeup.
That's insane.
Yes. Alvarado for the Phillies has thrown a 96-mile-an-hour slider this year.
Yeah. No wonder batting averages are just brutal this year. Like, how can you hit off those guys?
I know. Well, talk to Jazz Chisholm because he said a homer off both.
Yeah.
Both pitches were 101-mile-an-hour fastballs.
My goodness. Oh, man. Way upstairs. 92. Interesting.
And Wheeler's actually, like, if anything, he hasn't necessarily been lucky.
Definitely not.
His expected batting average on all of his pitches are, like, the same as what it is or lower. Like, his sinker, people actually have been very lucky off it. His cutter, which he doesn't use at all, really, he's used 2% of the time this year.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more expected batting average, but overall, like, the 4-seam fastball, they're hitting 259 off it, 192 off the curveball. I really love just like looking at a pitcher's stats on Baseball Savant.
Oh, Baseball Savant is my favorite. Like,
it is
a website, hands down. It's awesome
because it compares it like themselves to everyone in Major League Baseball, but then you also like you just look at how their game has evolved.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, for fantasy people out there, I feel like it's a really good thing to look at breakout candidates and stuff because you can see, like, with that data, I mean, it's actually like actual data. Like, I mean, BABIP's a good thing to see how lucky a guy is, but you can also look at that, like how hard they're hitting the ball, like what pitches they're hitting, and even pitchers too, like how effective they've actually been, how lucky and unlucky based on data from the actual games they play in. So it's like, it's great for a fantasy thing as well to, you know, predict breakout guys and, you know, who's going to turn the tide on the season.
Definitely.
It's great.
It also gives you an explanation of why, because when I see somebody's gotten like they've started the year off really well after they've struggled in the past, I think like, is that really because they've done something, or is it they just had a lucky start? But you see with like DeGrom, for example, like he uses less pitches than he's ever used before, and he's getting better results. But you just see stuff like that, and you see like, oh, now this pitcher is using this pitch way more, and that's why they have better results, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's crazy. They're saying DeGrom's ERA over his first 9 starts is the lowest in MLB history. That's insane.
And that includes the dead ball era.
Yeah, that just makes it all the more incredible.
It really is. Like, DeGrom is going down in history. Like
Oh,
everyone's been saying, if he has 2 or 3 more years of elite status, he's guaranteed in the Hall of Fame. Well, if he has a year, if this year stays on track and he has this season, he's guaranteed the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because it'd be his third Cy Young. He would win the MVP. There's no question about it. He would.
And he would be in the book for best ERA ever.
Yeah.
Along with probably many other statistics. Opponents are hitting 128 against him this year.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, literally, they're hitting worse than Odor's averages this year. Like, they are worse. Like, all hitters against DeGrom are worse than Odor as a hitter. Like, let's put that in perspective. We know how much Odor sucks at hitting.
Yeah, and then he gets even better with runners in scoring position. He's even better with the bases loaded. Like, last night he struck out 2 straight guys, the bases loaded. I think one of them was like Will Myers too. Like, it's a good Padres offense. It's not like he's striking out the 8 guy or anything.
Oh no, he's not.
But like, even like Zach Wheeler, for example, his best pitch is his changeup. Well, like for batting average, it has an expected batting average of 115. That's his best pitch. He uses it 4.6% of the time. Well, DeGrom is just a shade higher batting average for all of his pitches combined. What on earth? So I was trying to get to Jacob deGrom on Baseball Savant, and I hit the wrong name. I hit Baby Doll Jacobson.
Who the heck is that?
I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh my gosh. Did I get that? Sounds like a dead ball era name. I don't know.
Oh, it is. It's from the 1900s. So we got.
How is he on Baseball Savant? I guess he just has a stat.
Yeah, age 86.
Oh, is he still?
But isn't it crazy that like they have these stats years later? But,
Oh, it really is. Definitely a lot of digging through old newspapers and crap.
Oh yeah. Baby Doll Jacobson.
Baby Doll.
Plate appearances. That's such a cool name. Oh wow. Well, hit by pitches. Like, it's just the craziest stats that MLB keeps track of. Paul, the Yankees have gotten 8 hits now.
Yeah.
Red Sox have gotten 3. So Herman's having a good game.
Oh, he really is. Yeah, against a really good lineup.
So Jacob deGrom's batting average against on his fastball is .168. His expected batting average off the fastball is .162.
Jeez.
Same with the slider. The expected batting average is .088.
0.088. Wow.
And on the changeup, it's .188.
0.188. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
And he uses a changeup 10% of the time. His fastball 63% of the time. His slider 26% of the time. And his curveball, he's thrown 3 all year. And he's only thrown the curveball to left-handed batters. I'm sure that's by design.
Yeah. How many of those has he thrown this year? Curveballs.
3.
3? Wow.
Yeah. Batters are hitting 0 off of it. But they've swung at every one. So
They're probably like, wow, a slow DeGrom pitch. It's like a meatball, they think, because everything else goes like over 90.
well, yeah, his four-seam fastball averages 99.2.
Yeah.
Slider averages 91.7. The changeup averages 91.3, and his curveball is 83.7.
Yeah, and that's still a pretty hard curveball.
Yeah, but like they see
Honestly.
that curveball, and it's like after seeing everything else, it looks awfully tempting.
Yeah, it's just like a meatball. Let's crush it 400 feet. Oh, that dropped 12 inches. Man.
Garrett Richards didn't have his best stuff tonight, but he still got through 5 innings, only 3 runs.
Yeah, he's managed to carve out a good start. I mean, a good start to give his team a chance to win.
Yeah, and with the Red Sox offense, you never know.
They got the top of the lineup coming up here, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, top of the order, Danny Santana set to lead it off, Verdugo, Bogarts, and then Devers, if any of them can get on.
Right on.
Wonder if JD Martinez is available off the bench.
Yeah, I don't think he played yesterday either. Is he hurt or something? Or?
That's what I was wondering.
Let's see.
Oh, let's add our YouTube live to the website. I just realized I could do that. All right, now I think if I publish that. So, Matt, if you try going to our website right now, I think it will have our live stream.
Okay, let's see.
On it.
Let me check it right now.
Just go to beaniebros.ca. So, beaniebrosports.ca. I hope that worked.
Let's see. Yeah, it's there.
Nice. That's cool. Technology is just great.
Nice. Oh, ugly swing by Danny Santana there. Wow. Nice.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm still behind you.
Brutal.
No matter how many times I refresh, always going to be behind.
Yeah. He looked like he was like swatting a bee there, like he's scared of bees, so he's like doesn't want to look at it.
Yeah.
But, he just waved at it basically. Man, 63. Boom. I guess if the score kind of stays what it is right now, we could probably see Chapman today.
Oh, yeah.
Always exciting to see a Chapman appearance, that's for sure. Ooh.
Definitely. I'd like to see Ottavino, too, for the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah. Ottavino, he's got I think, is it his slider that's the nasty one, I believe?
Yeah, he's got a good slider. And he's, the Yankees literally just gave him to Boston because they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, now Verdugo's up.
Yeah, he's been all of their offense so far with his solo home run in the first. Oh, big cut, first pitch. Oh, wait, is that fair? Wow. That was weird. Didn't look like Verdugo thought that was going to be fair. Is there a lot of wind today? because he was pretty surprised by that.
Oh, yeah, he's very surprised. He wasn't even looking.
That was so weird.
Definitely.
Like, what? Nope. It's like, oh, crud.
Yeah, he's just mad at the. Well, he's not even mad. He's like, oh, whatever, foul ball, and then he's like, oh shoot.
Look, unless Bogarts does something here, it could be another quick inning here. Come on. Oh,
Yeah, Herman's been really good.
he has been good, yeah.
What happened there? Lost the bat.
Yeah, he got spooked by that curveball.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty good numbers against Herman. 5 for 12 with a home run in his career.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That curveball got away from him and almost hit him in the head.
I went over his head.
Yeah, like crud. Really lost it on that. Just lost it right out of the hand. Man, he was wild that at bat. Oh my gosh. Walks him on 4 pitches. Not even close, any of them. Brings tying run to the plate. Yeah, I mean, how he was pitching there, maybe it makes sense to bring in the reliever here. Like, man, he was not even close on that at bat.
Well,
A good, that's what a good manager does. They don't throw him out there after he's walked 3 guys like Charlie Montoya, hoping he could throw a strike.
wow.
But he had a good start.
Pitch number 9.
In line for the win.
Well, now seems like as good a time as any to show you some great defense by Jerickson Profar in center field. This happened earlier. Make sure sound's on. And now watch this great play in center field.
Pitch number 9. And
Uh-oh.
one out to center. Back goes Profar to the track at the wall, and it's out of here.
Go off his glove or you just run into the wall.
He just ran straight into the wall. Didn't even know
Wow.
it was there.
There's something called a warning track, Profar.
I know.
Reason
Well,
it's
the way it is in San Diego is because of the bullpen. It's like the fence is 5 or 6 feet closer, and then like 2 feet over to the right, he could have went back another 5 feet. So
true.
he didn't understand where he was, but it was just funny to just see him run straight into the wall. But obviously funny because he didn't hurt himself. Because if he hadn't hurt himself, it would not have been funny.
Yeah, that's good to see. At least he didn't get hurt himself.
Yeah.
Blooper where no injuries took place.
Exactly. And that's what we
All
love.
parties.
It's what we love to see at Beanie Bro Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Those shirts that Justin ordered are going to be pretty good.
Oh, don't get me started on the shirts.
Those baseball tees, though. What is Bobby Dalbec's ceiling? I'd say probably Chris Davis. What do you think, Matt? Bobby Dalbec, pretty much Chris Davis?
Bobby Dalbec.
More or less. Home run or nothing.
He's 3 true outcome guy. Although I don't think he even walks that much.
No, I think he's a 2 outcome guy.
Yeah, he's a 2 outcome guy. Baez definitely a 2 outcome guy.
Yeah, and I mean the only way he's really gonna become an elite player at the major league level is if he figures out his plate discipline. But I mean, with that's gonna come a loss of home runs for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, not really even doing what he's supposed to do. Like,
No, he's
384 slugging. Like, that's pretty brutal.
He's hitting 196.
Yeah.
Like usually with a home run guy, you want them to at least hit 220, and hit more home runs.
And for some slugging too, because I mean, last year, he struck out a lot too, but he slugged 600. So you're gonna take it.
Definitely, I think there's been a big adjustment for him at the major league level, and it's even like with Pete Alonso after his rookie year, like they're not going to throw you strikes if you're going to swing at them out of the zone.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, it's all about play discipline. With all the advanced scouting and analytics and film they have, they're able to pinpoint your weaknesses and tendencies and everything. It's crazy. So they find one trend, one pitch you swing at in one certain count, they're going to throw it.
Yeah, and that's really the problem with most rookies is they just chase way too much. They get happy at the plate. They want to do too much with it, and they're not patient.
Yeah. And plus the stuff in the majors is just so incredible right now.
Oh, yeah. Like you see 102 mile an hour fastballs and sliders like 93 to 96.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. Like there's so many good pitchers right now in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Like Brandon Woodruff's just pitching incredible too. Like his ERA is almost close to Bob Gibson's in 1968, and yet he's still clearly the second best starter probably right now because DeGrom's just been that incredible.
Yeah.
Like crap.
There's like Corbin Burns has been great. Wheeler's been great. Corbin Burns and that cutter.
Oh, again,
Tawny and the splitter.
Gosh, there's just too many nasty pitches.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how you could hit at the major league level. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, Rafael Devers is up now. Where would you rank him among third basemen in the league?
Third baseman. Well, he used to be brutal at defense. I still think he's like, okay. I don't know but I remember he was like brutal coming up. Like the bat was always there, but his defense was definitely,
Oh yeah,
he desired. But I mean, this year, I guess he's been pretty good. He's got a positive defensive WAR this year. He really improved upon it. Kind of like what Vladdy had the transformation. He was kind of overweight, then he kind of took baseball more seriously, and especially after his kind of brutal sophomore year, and he definitely picked it up and had a strong bounce back year in 2019. And
yeah, for sure. Well, which third basemen would you take over him? Like obviously there's Rendon.
Yeah. I mean, he's not having the best year so far, but he has the track record, and he's going to figure it out anyways.
Yeah, Machado.
Bregman. Yeah, Bregman. Oh yeah, Bregman's really good.
Arenado.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant's had a good start.
Oh yeah, he's had a nice strong bounce back year.
Yeah. And then looking at Devers, like he has some great stats, but he also chases a lot.
He does.
Like he strikes out a ton.
And just as he strikes out on a pitch on the inner, he does not like that call. That was a nasty curveball there, though.
And yeah, you're right about defense. That was a nasty curveball. But defense, Devers is in the worst, like 3% of major leaguers at outs above average, which is one of the simpler metrics for defense, but it definitely shows a lot. But yeah, his offense has always been there. He strikes out a bunch, but
I mean, I guess another guy you can think of is Matt Chapman.
True. It still amazes me that him and Arenado went to the same high school.
Yeah, and what do you know? They're both like probably arguably the two best defensive third basemen in the league too.
Yeah.
That high school just breeds, I guess, great defensive third baseman.
Definitely.
When's Justin going to be on?
He's going to be on very soon.
Very soon.
He said the 7th.
The 7th. What are we on? Did we just finish the 6th there?
Middle 6. So we got 3 out. Justin gets there. Yeah, we need somebody else to chime into the conversation here. We've been going for a while.
We have been going for a while. I guess 2 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, Yankee Red Sox games are always very long.
Oh, yeah.
Players like to take their time.
Definitely.
Power
Power rankings come out tomorrow, so that's exciting.
Oh, yeah. Definitely some big movers.
Definitely.
Who are moving on up and, trending upwards, trending downwards.
Yeah.
And to give everyone a clue, one of the teams that is making a big move is playing in this game right now.
And it's not a pretty move.
No, it's not a pretty move. And probably you could have picked up on that as we foreshadowed that with all our smack talk about how brutal our offense has been so far.
Especially in the first inning of this game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Justin will be able to be a little bit or more optimistic about the Yankees. Usually he finds the silver linings, but they've been horrible to say the least.
Yeah, they haven't been that good.
I just looked at the TV and I just saw Giancarlo stand with like a chimp on his shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know. They're showing him going everywhere and stuff. And...
Well, this is ESPN. When you're showing the Yankees offense, you got to show something exciting.
I guess, yeah. What are they even talking about? Like, can you show the game?
No idea.
Cool. Like, UFOs are cool, but, time and place. Oh, man.
Yeah.
3-0 count here on Clint Frazier. Who's this guy? D. Hernandez. I've never seen this guy or heard of this guy before.
Who's that? Oh, the pitcher.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. He kind of looks like, just how he looks and his glove, he looks like Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, I mean, obviously he's a starter. Oh. Oh, man, big cut by Clint Frazier. Yeah, a hole in this bat or what? I missed that. Man, this guy has a good ERA, but, man, he walks a ton of guys. 16 walks in 17 innings. I'm sure if you looked at the advanced metrics, you could probably tell he's probably lucky this year, I'd imagine. 17 walks now.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he basically has a walks per 9 inning of almost 9.
That's insane. And only a 3.18 ERA, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, like that can only last so long when you're walking that many guys in ERA like that.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, let's see if Aguilar can do something about it. Big hole on the right side.
Cubs Padres is going to be good this week.
Yeah, that really should be. Because are the Cubs leading the NL Central right now?
Yep.
Nice. Then I guess the Padres are. The Giants are first, but
no, but
two potential playoff teams facing off.
Yeah, the NL West could have 3 playoff teams this year.
Yeah, it could. I mean, yeah, with the
things will have to dramatically change, I think, because I don't think an NL Central team another one's going to get in.
Yeah, the NL East right now, ugh.
Unless the Braves can go on a tear and the Mets can go on a tear, like only one team in the NL East is making the playoffs.
Yeah, it's gonna be the division winner.
Yeah, because there's no way that both the Mets and the Braves would catch up to the point where the third place NL West team is right now.
Yeah, because how many games behind? Well, I guess are the Braves right now?
Probably 7 or 8 would just be my guess, but
Like that's insane. Yeah, that's definitely ground you really have to make up.
yeah. I mean, they can't even catch up to the Mets, yet alone the Padres.
Yeah, honestly. Man. I mean, maybe I could see with the Cubs melt Brewers in St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis hasn't been that good.
That's true.
Brewers are 9-1 over the last thing. Although I don't think they got really good pitching, Milwaukee. That's for sure. Like they could definitely make a run with. I mean, they got Woodruff and Corbin Burns, arguably one of the most underrated 1-2s in the MLB.
And Yelich is finally back.
Yeah, Yelich is back. I mean, their offense is definitely their weakness for sure. But they got great arms in the rotation because they even have what's that Peralta? I forget what his name is.
Yeah, Freddie Peralta.
He's great.
Started with a
This guy
no-hitter.
and he's like young and he's really good.
Yeah. There's only one hitter in all of baseball that has a higher OPS than Fernando Tatis Jr. since 2019, and it's Christian Yelich.
Ooh, there you go.
So, and it's really close. Like it's within like 0.02. Well, something happened on the mound here. It looks like he might be, I guess, good to go, but clearly there was some concern there.
Boom. Got the double play. 57. Now they've ground into 57 double plays this year. That's their second today.
They could have a lot more runs tonight if they didn't ground into double plays.
Yeah, because I mean, how many hits do they have today? Do they have 10 now?
I think they still have 8.
8, okay, yeah.
But they've gotten a few walks.
Yeah, they've definitely had chances. Yeah, I guess that was a walk. So
they've gotten
there. I forgot.
3 walks tonight and 8 hits. So 11 base runners. Only managed to score 3 of them.
Yeah, just 3 runs.
Oh yeah, this guy's name is Darwinson. Darwinson.
Huh. That's
Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Man,
Darwinzon.
This guy just is so brutal at control. Yeah, he got lucky again. A lead-off walk and then a double play, and now he's down 3-0 against Gardner.
Maybe that's why his ERA is so good, because he plays the Yankees.
Yeah, just gets double plays.
All you've got to do is throw one pitch low in the zone every 2 batters, and you get your 2
can just I guess if he's on pace to walk a guy every single inning, he can just walk the leadoff guy and then get the double play, and it's not a big deal.
True. Yeah, that's horrible, like how many double plays the Yankees have grounded into.
Yeah, it really has been. It's like every single guy in the lineup is Albert Pujols. Although not as slow, but it's just...
Yeah, not as slow. Also, they don't hit as much power.
Yeah.
I take Albert Pujols at his age over pretty much anyone in the Yankees lineup right now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Odor.
Definitely Odor, Frazier, Gardner, Gittins.
Yeah, and I mean,
Sanchez,
it's sad with like Frazier and Odor because these guys are 27 years old. This is their prime.
Yeah, and especially Frazier. Like Frazier's been hurt more on like bad luck.
Oh yeah,
But Odor
he just sucks.
yeah, really, like if you want to be frank, he just sucks.
He just sucks. Wow. The Yankees also have the fewest stolen bases and stolen base attempts this year in the MLB.
Wow.
I mean, no wonder they ground to so many double plays. They don't try to get themselves out of double plays.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at their team, they're really not fast.
Yeah, I mean, Brett Gardner isn't. I mean, Brett Gardner's probably still an above-average runner, but he's not Brett Gardner of old.
Oh yeah. Plus, no offense to Brett Gardner, but you got to get on base to steal.
Yeah, hitting 190 or whatever doesn't help.
Yeah. And that's also the issue with the whole lowest attempts. Well,
Strike 3 got LeMahieu looking.
wow.
LeMahieu looks horrible this year. He's completely
He seems to be much more patient at the plate, which is not a good thing. Well, not in his scenario.
Yeah. My goodness, just completely lost against that guy there. Holy crud. So I just remember watching Jays games last year. I mean, he is a Jays killer for sure. And he just every time he'd come up, it's just hit, runs score position, hit. And he'd always have multi-hit games against the Jays. But I mean, this year he's just it's like he's got a hole in his bat.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll figure it out. I mean, his track
of course. He's a great hitter.
But he's still only 32, and he's not a guy that relies on huge power and stuff. He's more of a contact guy. So
And he'll definitely get it going. I don't think it'll be as good as his last year. That was just incredibly lucky.
No, yeah.
But he's definitely a far above average hitter, and he'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely figure it out. Man. So I guess we're going to the 7th here. So Justin should be joining us.
Yes.
He is.
Should be here any minute. Did you see Tony La Russa wearing the Connect jerseys
No, I didn't.
with the one sec. And he just the way he has the hat on. I'm gonna share it one moment.
All right, let's see it.
It looks like Justin's just joining us, but look at this.
Oh,
What the hell?
I've seen that great picture of La Russa.
Oh, look at that. He's trying to be like, hey, guys, I'm hip. You guys can do what you want. Yeah, La Russa can relate to younger players. That's the perfect caption.
Really?
He's trying to get the
Larusso really
back,
trying to get the clubhouse that he fractured back.
We got a really good, young, and up-and-coming promising team. Which manager should we hire? Let's hire
Get the guy who hasn't managed in 10 years.
and, gets DUIs left, right, and center. Let's get that guy.
Okay, but I mean, it could be worse. You could be the Yankees right now.
Yeah, and Boone. Yikes.
Yeah, at least the White Sox will probably be a contender for years now, and they're on the upswing still, whereas the Yankees kind of seem like they're flooding around, maybe headed hometown return.
Well, I mean, there's really no competition to the White Sox right now.
Oh, yeah, in the NL Central, no.
But
I mean,
there's a lot of competition to the Yankees.
Yeah, the AL East is loaded.
Well, Justin, thanks for joining us. How's your night going?
It's been okay. Just catching a little bit of playoff hockey in between innings.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Fun little
Have you
evening.
watched the majority of this game here?
Some of it, bits and pieces. I saw Verdugo's homer.
Oh,
Yeah, he
swing.
crushed it, didn't he?
Good piece of hitting. I saw that Domingo Germán, one of my least favorite players in baseball, had a good start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes my blood boil a little bit. Can't lie.
Yeah, well, Aiden's blood was really boiling at the beginning of this game.
May I ask why?
He's just really against the Yankees. He actually named himself Yankee hater.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I dislike them as well, but I wouldn't go that far.
Does anyone really like the Yankees?
Oh,
No.
Yankees fans, they wouldn't exist.
But do they like the Yankees, or do they just like saying 27? Let's go.
To be fair, the Yankees do have baseball's most global brand.
Yeah.
To be fair, so globally they're the most popular team, but that's because again, biggest name.
Yeah, and I mean, even like you go to other countries, you really go anywhere, you always see people with Yankees hats on.
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah.
Like, we might dislike the Yankees, but tip of the cap, they're like they know they have a big name brand and they've utilized it well to make more money, which helps put money into the team.
Definitely, like they're one of the most successful franchises of any sport.
Bold strategy to keep Lucas Licky in the game in the 7th inning of a 2-run game when you have way better options in your bullpen.
Especially Marwin Gonzalez. He's 3 for 3 in his career against this guy.
I know Licky's having a good season and all, but like you've got Chad Green down there.
Is that a 4 for 4? Is that gonna be a cheap Yankee Stadium home run? And you called it, Justin. Tie game. 4.
Again, like I understand Licky's having a good season, but like that's just not a good matchup at that stage of the game. Like I don't know why you play with fire.
Chad Green did allow 4 earned runs yesterday.
That's fair.
He probably wasn't available in this spot.
He's 4
That's
for
fair.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you have no other options in your bullpen. Like, you're obviously not going to go to Chapman at this stage of the game. It's way too early for him.
Yeah, but I mean, this also goes back to yesterday. Like they burned through Green, they burned through Lois Saga. Sorry, I'm pronouncing
Sessa?
Yeah,
Sessa?
No, Loa.
Oh, Loizaga.
Yeah,
Loizaga.
Sorry, that's a hard.
You have Luis Sessa in the pen who could do something there. Like I don't know. It's just to me, you didn't have to keep Licky in there. You have Darren O'Day too. You can use O'Day.
Yeah, he's been really
or
good
is O'Day hurt? No, O'Day's hurt. My bad. I thought he was healthy still.
But
I apologize for
I
that
like
one.
watching games with this really short fence. You know, are they pushing this guy through the dugout?
The shopping cart.
Is
the
that
shopping cart? It is a thing. Whenever the Red Sox hit a home run, you get in the shopping cart.
Who started that?
Or I'm not sure if it's a shopping cart or if it's like one of the ball holders, but I think JD Martinez started it at the beginning of the year.
Oh my god!
But it's just something they do. It's one of those things teams do to find a way to boost morale, gain camaraderie during a long season. I'm a fan of it.
ESPN just put up a stat. They have 20 come from behind wins this season, and that's why they've been so good. With this offense, they're never out of the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, just to get back to that cart thing. For me, I love it when teams do stuff like that because like at the end of the day, this is a game. It's a kid's game. You're playing it as a grown man.
Definitely.
It's like have fun with it. Like I know the Diamondbacks suck, but whenever they win, they like literally like have like funky afros they wear in the dugout and they do a dance as a team. David Peralta posted on social media. It's hilarious. Like it's a stupid thing, but it's a fun thing they do when they win. And when you're a bad team that rarely wins, you want to make the wins memorable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we barely get to see it because Arizona never wins.
Yeah, they're 2-19, I believe, in their last 21 games.
Yeah, well, Matt, I'm not sure if you knew this, but Justin just wrote about it a few days ago. For the first time since 1935, 2 MLB teams had 12-game losing streaks at the same time. The Orioles.
Wow, yeah, Orioles and D-backs. I mean, they're in the two best divisions too, so it sucks for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the NL West is 2 divisions at this point. Like it's 3 guys at the top, and then the Rockies and the Diamondbacks.
And then who comes in last?
Yeah. Like they're already like 15 and 18 games back, respectively. Like not even respectively. Like it's that bad.
Those are stat padding games for the other teams.
Man, that Marwin Gonzalez home run. Who doesn't love Yankee Stadium though? I believe the kids call it a Mickey Mouse Stadium. I believe that would be what it's called.
Well, I didn't know we were pulling out our Mickey ears. I would have been ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice strikeout there. Nice comeback.
Yeah, I probably should have been wearing these when I joined on to symbolize what I think of the Yankee Stadium.
Well, you got Mickey ears?
Oh yeah, man. It's a Mickey Mouse Stadium. Got to have the Mickey ears to support that.
Yeah, watching these really short home runs.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that was a Yankee Stadium home run. That last one.
No, that was
That thing. I wonder what the launch angle on that was.
Here, let's just real quick because we are playing in New York. I got to it's a Mickey Mouse field with a Mickey gear.
Look at this
Doesn't
guy.
really fit my head anymore, but you know how it be.
oh yeah.
That.
Yeah, there's your thumbnails, kids.
Look
Get
at
those memes going.
that.
I'm doing this right now. That's what sports Twitter and social media is right now. It's all about Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse homers, Mickey Mouse stats, Mickey Mouse stadiums, Mickey Mouse rings.
Oh yeah.
Different sport, but LeBron and A Disney.
If you're watching this, comment whether you're not you want Justin to keep the Mickey ears on.
Oh yeah.
And now we'll go back to the Blue Jay hat. Although it's a bit disappointing wearing this today after they lost.
Yeah. I mean, they lost to a good team, but
Luis Garcia has had quite the year and quite the week, especially. He shut down Boston and then Toronto.
Yeah, two of the better offenses in the league.
Really, and coming into the year, did anyone know who Luis Garcia was?
No.
There's like 4 Luis Garcias in Major League Baseball.
Isn't there one in the Yankee system too?
Yeah, it's like
he's pretty good as well.
The most common name in baseball. But yeah, he's been really good for Houston. And has Odorizzi even come back from the IL yet?
Yeah, he has.
Has he been good?
No.
No.
He has not been good.
Oh man, he's been.
It's unfortunate because like Christian Javier was pushed to the bullpen, wasn't he? And he had a great start to the season.
You know who else isn't good?
Aaron
Boone. At his job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody in the Yankees is really good at their job. Aaron Boone.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine if this Yankees team actually had a good manager.
I don't know. I thought Joe Girardi was all right.
Well, to this day, like I understood why they fired Girardi, but at the same time, I thought it was a short-sighted move.
Joe Torre?
No, Girardi. Joe Torre was when Joe Torre stepped down. That was long overdue.
He literally led them to one game to the World Series. Like they were like close.
I understand why they got rid of Girardi because they weren't hitting their potential year after year anymore. He'd been there for so long. Sometimes you need to get a change in the voice. But I thought Aaron Boone wasn't a good hire to that day, and I still think he wasn't.
No.
He's just reinforced that.
Yeah, I think with Girardi too, he's kind of like he's still playing in an old game of baseball. I don't think he's necessarily caught up to the game. Even with the Phillies, there's been a lot of questionable things he's done this year. The way he manages the bullpen, the way he manages his starters. I mean, he's kept Nick Matone on the bench for the last 2 weeks and just now optioned him to AAA. Like, with the young guys, you don't want to do that to them. Send them down to AAA.
Yeah.
But then, like, also in this day and age, like, are any managers really making their lineup card? Probably not.
It's mostly coming from the analytics guys.
Yeah, coming from the front office for sure. Which makes you wonder, like, is Tony La Russa really not making the lineup? Because he certainly manages old school.
The nerds.
If he's not making the lineup, I don't know why he's there then.
Yeah, exactly. He must be. He's probably the only manager in the game who's making the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't see why he's there otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know. To make sure other teams.
To make sure other teams aren't feeling disrespected, and to make sure that the umpires know, and to make sure that the umpires know that his players are in the wrong and he was right to toss them.
Gosh, Tony La Russa.
Tony La Russa.
Look, I understand like you might not like what your players did, but you don't go in the media and be like, yeah, he was in the wrong, you were in the right there. It's like you say no comment and you talk to them in private. You don't need to publicly shame them. Like Giolito isn't the first guy to get tossed arguing for balls and strikes with the ump from the dugout.
Well, that's who got tossed. I never even watched it.
Yeah, it was Giolito.
Wow. I mean,
And after the game, La Russa defended the umpire, saying that it was Giolito was being smart and trying to be funny and got himself tossed. And it's like, I don't think that's what he was doing. I think he was calling out bad umping, and it's like, you could say, I didn't disagree. I disagreed with the ejection, and even if you didn't disagree with it, you could just say, look, I don't want to comment about it. We've talked to Giolito about it, and we're moving on. And talk about it in the clubhouse. I don't think it needs to become a public thing.
That's just where the game has changed, though, because like 10 years ago, with Tony La Russa does what he did now, I don't really think anyone gives a second thought about it.
That's fair.
yeah.
I don't think like Tony La Russa is just still managing like he used to, and I think it didn't make sense that he even came back because now it's kind of clouding his whole like great career with St. Louis.
Yeah,
we
got Adam Ottavino coming in.
Yeah, Adam Ottavino was the guy the Yankees gave to the Red Sox
for nothing.
Literally.
Want to dump money, but no. So just to finish, like I understand it's like from a different era, but at the same time, like I guess I've always been of the mind where it's like you don't need to call out your players when they make a mistake like that in public. I think it's better served that you do it in private with them, like in a one-on-one moment. You don't need to do it through the media.
Yeah.
Like I just find when you do it through the media, it just makes things messier than it needs to be, and then it becomes bigger than it needs to be. And in the case of La Russa, it's especially bigger following what happened with Yerman. So it's like now you're just piling on to it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all stuff he's just never had to deal with. Like even the strike call, like Giolito arguing the strike zone, like even 2 years ago, when the strike zone wasn't like that easy to see, nobody would argue it like that.
Yeah.
But now it's
even then, people argued the strike zone all the time, and players have been getting tossed for arguing it for years.
Oh yeah, of course. But you like now you see like especially this year, you notice how bad home plate umpires have been. But it's not necessarily that they've never been this bad. It's just that
we have more information. We have more information and technology now that shows us.
Exactly. Whereas 10 years ago, like this stuff just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it's different era.
Yeah. I think Tony La Russa's time in Chicago will be short-lived, and I hope that he still goes down with his legacy, but other than
I think it was a silly move. Like I know he's a legendary manager, but he was a legendary manager 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was very confused with the call. And I mean, they could still go on to win the World Series this year, but
well, even then the other big thing is like I don't want to be political, but at the same time it's like La Russa the White Sox are they are very much like led by minority players. It's like Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu, Yohan Moncada. A lot of their stars are visible minorities, and they were very outspoken during what happened last summer. And then you brought in La Russa, who made comments during the time that if he was a manager and his players knelt, they'd be stapled to the bench. And it's like that just seemed like a cultural clash to me, which is why it also never made much sense.
Yeah.
Like that obviously like you don't want to look too far beyond baseball, but it just seemed like a personality clash was like inevitable. Especially because the White Sox are such an not abrasive but outgoing team.
Yeah, Tim Anderson.
Like you have Tim Anderson who's bat flipping and he like joy for the game. You have Abreu and Moncada who come from countries where it's like if you're not outwardly expressing emotion, it's like you're not really playing the game the way you're taught. Like it's things like that.
Definitely.
Like it just didn't seem like a good cult. Like even beyond just like that he was out of his element from that it was 10 years ago when he last managed, it didn't seem like a good culture fit. And like I guess they're winning, so it's not a big issue right now. But like they also play in the worst division in baseball.
And how long?
Well, maybe the NL East says something about it, but one of the worst divisions in baseball.
The NL East definitely says something about it. The NL East has been awful.
One of the worst divisions in baseball. I'll correct my statement there.
But I mean, at least like the NL East is starting to spread out a bit. So like everyone's still bad, but at least some teams are worse than others. instead of
Yeah, well,
all.
the Marlins finally hit their slump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still I think they're gonna keep this up. Like, this is more the Marlins that we're gonna see this year. Not that they don't have incredible talent,
Ooh.
but they were never gonna make the playoffs this year. They were never gonna finish above 4th in the division.
Hey man, you were the one that said they'd be in first place in the NL East at the end of April.
I know, but I also said that they would go under their whatever
That's
win
fair.
total. I knew they were gonna start strong, and with the pitching they have, even the Mets of earlier on, 2014, 2013, when they had those good group of young guys, they always started the season well. But the difference between young guys and veterans and superstars is the full season. You can do
Consistency.
exactly consistency. You can have a great 3 weeks like the Marlins did.
Oh, what a catch by Verdugo.
You're so far ahead, Matt. You're killing me here.
That's a ridiculous stat. When they allow 5 or more runs, they're 0-11. And when they allow 4 or less, they're 31-11.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous like that.
It's nuts. And even the Mets, a ridiculous stat, they're 23-5 when they score 4 runs. 4 runs. That's how bad the NL East has been. All you need to win the game is 4 runs.
I mean, I'd say I feel bad for Gleyber Torres. They're not getting the hit there, but that was not exactly a good piece of hitting.
No. And honestly, when Mookie Betts was traded and they got Verdugo back, I thought it was such a dumb trade for the Red Sox, but Verdugo has been great.
Yeah.
You
They don't have to pay him a big contract.
I still think it's a dumb trade personally, but Verdugo's been good, so it's not as bad.
No, I still don't think it's a great trade. It's not a trade I would have ever made. It was clearly to shed future payroll, but Verdugo.
I know Betts has gotten off to a slow start this year, but this is an MVP, in his prime.
Yeah.
Teams look for years to find those guys, and then you trade him just because you don't want to pay him when his first contract comes up as a big market team.
Because
there were
the Red Sox years that you could legitimately argue he was better than Mike Trout. Sorry for interrupting.
It's not like the Red.
Yeah, you could.
That's fine. You're right. You could, and it's not like the Red Sox have the ability like other teams like the Rays to cry poor. The Red Sox are one of the most valuable franchises in this league, constantly working with high payrolls. I'm sorry, they were just being cheap and didn't want to pay him, and he immediately made them regret it by winning a World Series in year 1.
Yeah. And you mentioned Mookie Betts' slow start to the season, and I think everyone kind of realizes how slow the start he has. But look at his stats; he still has a 2.1 WAR this season. He's hitting 260 with an 817 OPS. How is that a horrible start to the year? That's how good Mookie Betts is.
To be fair, a lot of that has come in the last couple of weeks where he's finally starting to heat up.
Yeah.
But for a star like him, that's considered a bad start to a year. When it's for a lot of players, it's damn, that's a good season. But that goes to show the heightened expectations he has.
Yeah, I mean, look at that 2018 season with Boston. He had a 1.078 OPS.
Yeah, he was dominant that year. Rightfully earned his MVP and helped them win a World Series.
Led the league.
You don't want to pay him, so you trade him away.
And batting average and runs.
That was just one of the dumbest decisions in modern baseball in my mind.
I agree. I mean, he led the league in runs in only 136 games.
I know. I mentioned the Rays also how they can cry poor. I also think that's a little bit of I think that's some BS too. That there are teams that cry poor. I know certain teams don't make as much as other teams, but at the end of the day, all these teams are owned by billionaires.
Yeah,
they can increase their payrolls. It's not obviously it's not my money, so I shouldn't be spending it. But at the same time, it's for me, it's hard to see a billionaire cry poor, and that's why they can't spend when it's you make $1 billion. Most people will never see that in their lifetime.
Yeah, but it makes you appreciate even more what Alex Anthopoulos is doing in Atlanta. He has Acuna locked up for $100 million.
Yeah,
years. He has Albies locked up $735.
Yeah. Well, in those cases, I think both of those players need to get better agents.
Definitely.
I know Albie's claims he didn't want the money and he wanted the security and the guaranteed money for his family, and I can respect that. But at the same time, I feel you owe yourself the opportunity to get more. As for Acuna, he just wanted to sign as soon as possible, and I think that his agent did him a disservice there.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I think if anything, Acuna could have gotten a 3-year deal for
Yeah.
Where they would have saved money if he did well, not an 8-year deal. That's going to take him.
I think you could have done a deal where it takes him through his first 2 years of arbitration. So that would have been, he signed it after his rookie season, right?
I think so, yeah. So it's like 3 years into his free agency, I think.
Yeah, so you could have signed a 4-year deal at like $45-50 million, and that would be a pretty fair value for your first 2 years of arbitration when you're as talented as he is.
Yeah, like if he keeps this track going, like he's gonna make $60-70 million before he even hits free agency, and then it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I think that was just his agent doing him a misservice.
Definitely. And yeah, I guess I can see Albies more. Like Albies isn't a superstar, and he did get security, and it's not taking him that far.
Yeah. For Acuna, though, everyone talked him up as a start. Like he was the number 1 rated prospect at one point. Everyone believed he would be a superstar.
But wow, the Braves are they're locked up and loaded for the next few years.
Like good on Alex Anthopoulos from a managerial perspective. Like you save money, you can spend more on other players now. So like you can like Freddie Freeman's a free agent this year. You now have the money to lock him up.
Yeah,
he's free agent as well. Wow.
So like good on them for that. But at the same time, I feel like the players themselves, their agents did not help their cause. And I guess for me, I'm on the side of player empowerment. I'm the you're basically taking advantage of for the first 4 years of your career, where they're going to manipulate your service time to get an extra year of control, and then for the 3 years after that, you're making league minimum salaries where they're renewing you. So they get 4 years out of you of super cheap labor. So then you get 3 years of arbitration where they still kind of control your movement.
Yeah. And
I'm of the opinion that you should always get what's best for you. Your career is short. Teams' careers are not short.
100%.
They're always going to be making money.
With Jared Kelenic in Seattle, I think they tried to lock him up to a similar deal in the offseason because
and he said no because he bet on himself.
He said no. So then they said, all right, well, you're not starting with the big league team.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what they're going to do with Seattle about that, because that was pretty much an admission of service time manipulation.
And Kelenic was pretty vocal about it after what was said. And you don't necessarily want your young superstar
prospect.
That's what he's headed. He's top prospect for sure. And you don't want him voicing concerns like that over the front office. It's definitely not a good look, especially for the Mariners, who already have a lot of other things going wrong.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wandy Peralta.
But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting topic because I can see both sides of it, but I choose to err on the side of the players.
Whoa!
Yeah, definitely.
DJ LeMahieu having a brutal game.
He had a brutal season.
Yeah, I mean, just usually a really good defender, just all air.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know why. When I saw them both converging like that, I just felt like there was going to be an error.
What are you doing?
Wow.
Could have been a collision.
Idiots, I guess.
It's just, man, like.
I mean, it's funny because, like, if that didn't touch his glove, that would have been a double. But because it touched his glove, it's going to be an error.
Yeah.
That's weird. But, you know, way it goes, I guess.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that plays like that should be an error no matter what.
Yeah.
It drops between three guys like that when it should have been a routine play. I'm of the opinion it should be an error regardless of if it touches the glove or not.
But then the question is, whose error is it? Like, if it didn't touch,
that's also true.
It's between all
that's fair.
And I think that's the issue. And then you also have, like, in certain scenarios, there's like the lights; they can't see the ball.
Well, I don't know why LeMahieu called for that. Like, Clint Frazier was there. That's his ball as the outfielder moving in.
He had a much better path to the ball. But that hit right there is pretty much the Yankees season in a nutshell.
They scored it a double.
Yeah, really? Okay.
I would not have scored that a double, but
how is that a double? That's an error.
That's got to be changed. That's just ridiculous.
That's an error. 100% an error.
And they're in Yankee Stadium too, so it's not like it's just a generous scorer.
Yeah. What on earth?
At least Verdugo had a productive
Alex
run to third.
Yeah, Alex Verdugo with a little bit of productive small ball to move the runner over.
Yep, now you got
Kind of
Xander.
a lost start in today's baseball.
Yeah.
Now here's a guy who
Chapman,
deserves
warm it
more
up.
MVP consideration and isn't getting it.
Yep.
I'm not saying he should win it, but the fact that he's been completely ignored and talks about it when the Red Sox were, including from myself, expected to be absolutely horrible and have instead been one of the best teams in baseball. Like, I think Bogarts deserves some recognition on that. He's top 3 in the league in WAR. He's hitting well. He's finally playing defense not poorly. I'm not going to say good because it's still just about average, but for a guy who's been as historically bad defensively as he's been his career, you take that.
Yeah, he's had.
Like, I don't know. I think he deserves a little bit more recognition than he's getting.
Yeah, I mean, your leaders for MVP right now have got to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah. Well, the big
Marcus
two
Semien.
there are Guerrero. The big two there are Guerrero and Ohtani. Like, those are the two clubhouse leaders.
Bogaerts needs some more love.
Bogarts and Semien are probably like secondary guys.
Yeah, but Simeon, I don't think is gonna continue his torrid start. He's gonna put up the numbers, but Bogarts, I think, is more likely to have a stronger year out of the two of those guys.
Right now, you also have guys like Aaron Judge who are kind of, which is weird because he plays in New York, but he's kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah, which I think is good for him. Like, honestly, I think it's good that he's not being talked about as much. Definitely takes the pressure off him, and he can just play baseball. And we were talking earlier, Justin, about how Juan Soto just gets no love compared to, like,
that's kind of because
Tatis Jr., Ronald Acuna, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, I think that's also because Soto's brand of baseball, it's not really as exciting. It's not so much as about like obviously he still has the power and the ability that those three have. But like Tatis does like all the has the flashy plays. Acuna has the showmanship. Guerrero has like the tape measure home runs. So it's like those three all have it, where Soto's kind of quiet, and it's that he works good at bats, he gets on base, he gets hit, and then he'll occasionally pop 450.
Juan Soto's modern day Ted Williams.
He is.
In my opinion, he's probably the most talented pure hitter in baseball.
Oh yeah,
from a pure hitting perspective. I'm not saying power or complete, but pure hitting, where it's understanding the strike zone, understanding how to work counts, putting bat on ball, getting on base consistently.
In almost any situation, I would rather have Juan Soto batting than anyone in baseball.
I would probably agree with that because I would know I'm getting a good at bat at the minimum.
Yeah, especially if you think about that at bat by Verdugo, getting the runner over. And then the at-bat there, just by Bogarts getting the ball deep enough to score the run. You need those situational hits, and sometimes you just need to get something in the air, and sometimes you just need to go to the other side of the end.
Sometimes even just getting it on the ground.
Yeah.
If it's up the middle.
And even walks are huge sometimes. You see all these relievers, especially in the Philly bullpen and the Braves bullpen, and even the Mets bullpen. Once they start walking guys, it can implode on them pretty quickly.
Yeah. But no, I can see why Tatis doesn't get as much media coverage and stuff. And that's just because, he's been hurt all year. Or not all year, but he's been hurt a lot this year. And that hasn't helped his cause. And that might not be fair to him. It's just it's harder to consistently be advertising someone who isn't really playing.
Yeah.
And then again, he doesn't do the flashy stuff. I know Tatis has also been hurt, which kind of negates the argument. But when Tatis plays, there's always something flashy.
Yeah, even his play today at short was pretty flashy. Did you see it?
It's the flashy stuff, and that I had not seen it yet. No, it'll probably be on MLB's Instagram page.
I'll show it to you on here. One moment. It was pretty good though.
But yeah, it's the stuff that draws eyeballs. Acuna, who's pimping home runs and he's hitting it hard. It's that draws eyeballs because you like the swagger.
Yeah.
That's why people they see. That's why Juan Soto's his take strut is so popular because it has swagger to it. people see it and they're like, "Oh, that's cool."
He's got about 3 more feet.
Yeah.
All right, well, you need to show me the play.
Yeah, one moment. I'm just loading it up. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought I heard it, and I was like, "Are you just showing it to yourself, even though you've seen it already?"
No, I'm trying to load it. You know, internet when you're also streaming on YouTube, not the greatest.
Yeah.
It's fair.
But I mean, if you bear with me, I'm sure it'll be ready in a
Oh, the
moment.
Tim Hortons commercial is on. That Tim Hortons hockey commercial. It's unrelated, but that commercial just makes me laugh because as a Canadian, you've seen it, right? The hockey stick commercial. Like if either of you watch some TV, like I'm sure you've seen the hockey stick commercial. The guy, the Habs fan that goes, you heard Shea Weber, has the most Canadian accent I have ever heard. And it always just makes me chuckle a little bit. It's like they found the most Canadian actor they could have for that part.
This is really bad quality.
He's got about 3 more feet.
Oh my goodness, it's horrible quality.
One hopper, Tatis! His throw on a hop is in.
But like,
Wow.
Yeah, like see, like things like that where it's like hard hit ball and you make the flashy play. It's like that draws eyeballs.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bringing in Josh Taylor in a 1-run game is a choice.
Wait, sorry, who?
Josh Taylor, Red Sox relief pitcher. He has a mid-4s ERA and a 170 WHIP.
All right.
Well, good thing he's facing the bottom of a horrible lineup.
But that is certainly a choice to make in a 1-run game.
So Clint Frazier struck out and he's walked. He's a 3 true outcome guy. He's gonna hit a bomb here.
Don't chirp this guy. This guy is the best 180 hitter in all of baseball.
Man, I had such high expectations for him after he had such a good year last year in the pandemic season.
Yeah. Well,
And
He's brutal.
he's been a bit unlucky too. Like his beep entering tonight was 234.
well, it's still not good.
Yeah, but I mean, it shows he's been a bit unlucky. Obviously, his batting average is even worse. So
And he strikes out so. He's a free swinger. He has a crazy batting stance. I do like his batting stance. It looks like he could pound a ball.
What's wild about Clinton Frazier is he's not even that much of a free swinger. He strikes out a lot, but he also walks a lot. Like he had the best walk rate. I'm pretty sure he had one of the top 5 walk rates in baseball last season. Like it's not that he doesn't have an eye. It's just that he's always trying to swing for power. So
yeah,
you open up a hole in your swing.
Trying to swing it back home to Cleveland.
I mean, maybe he wants to go into Cleveland. He can finally grow his hair back out.
True. It's such a dumb role, the Yankees.
Oh, it's so stupid.
But
It's
it's
no
also
longer
like
no facial hair.
you mentioned, that's the brand.
Yeah. Well, for example, this is a hockey one, but Lou Lamoriello, the Islanders' president of hockey operations, has the same rule. No long hair, except he has more to it. No long hair, no facial hair, and no high numbers. Players are not allowed to wear high numbers.
Wow.
And to me, that is the weirdest rule I've ever heard. Because like that limits your number choices.
Yeah, significantly.
Especially if they're all retired. Like the Yankees, nice little blue pit by Clint Frazier.
Yeah, the Yankees don't have any numbers left. They'll retire a number just for wearing the jersey 3 days.
Yeah, I mean Clint Frazier, 77. Aaron.
Probably going to be retired one day.
Yeah, man, best 180 hitter in history for the team.
I think we're like 10 years away from the Yankees not even being able to wear numbers because they're all retired.
Yeah. The Yankees' facial hair policy, now that I'm thinking about it, is also weird, though, because you're allowed a mustache. You're just not allowed a beard.
Yeah. Well, you look at how different Rougned Odor looked like when he was
young.
He looks like a child.
I mean, that guy, how much he sucks, He's willing to do anything, including shaving his iconic beard.
I don't know. He's got a pretty good hook.
Yes.
Well, Matt, we've been here for 3 hours. Bottom of the 8th.
Yep.
Slow game.
Yeah, it's a close game, interesting game. 4-3.
More entertaining than that Cubs-Cardinals game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No
Like,
score.
I don't want to talk
for the
about that.
Yankees.
Which apparently was good enough for next week's Sunday Night Baseball matchup.
It's because the MLB just likes promoting the same teams over and over again.
They do.
And then they question why they can't grow their fan base.
I know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Why don't you put the Blue Jays there? They got the youngest lineup in the majors with a bunch
Well,
of
that one makes sense. That one makes sense in the sense that Canadian team, mostly Canadian fans. There's only 30 million Canadians. There's 350 million Americans.
I don't know.
How
Are they really a Canadian team? I think they're the Buffalo Blue Jays just about.
Yeah, until the border reopens and the government allows American teams to cross.
If.
Buffalo.
I mean, it probably won't be this year. I wouldn't expect this year, but by next year they'll be back in.
It would be nice, though, if the Jays make the playoffs if they're able to return home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know. We're somewhat like on track. Like if we're only so many months behind the States, there's a chance. I mean, you look at the States right now, and it's like most stadiums now are entering full capacity within the next couple weeks.
yeah.
I think if they make the postseason, which is very high, which I don't know how likely that is right now in the division they're in with the Red
I don't
Sox
think it is.
and Rays, and then the Yankees as well. Like it's a dogfight to be sure, and they're still young. I don't think they'll go back to Toronto in the regular season, but if they make the postseason, like for example, the Canadian government just for hockey, they put out an exemption that the American team that the Canadian semifinalists will play in the next round, they're allowed to travel for games.
Well, that's good.
So I think for baseball, they would do a similar thing where if the Jays make the postseason, their American opponent would then be allowed to travel in for those games.
Yeah, and who knows if the Jays are in the hunt in September and everything's getting back to normal, the border's open, maybe they'll allow it in September.
I
don't think they will, only because that's a lot of teams you're allowing in.
All right, Justin, stop being so pessimistic. Let's be optimistic.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm pretty confident
for it to happen. Let's put it this way: it's not so much as being pessimism, because I wish it would happen. It's more so as being realistic because I have zero faith in Doug Ford.
Yeah, so that's Justin. He covers the NL West and AL East. He's also the most pessimistic man at Beanie Bro Sports.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm not that pessimistic.
I'm
pretty pessimistic.
The other night, me and Justin were talking about Luis.
Oh, that's true. I did tell you
literally
pessimism.
Pessimism fuels me, and yes, it does.
So for those that don't know, being from the city of Toronto, I've grown up a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and I'm sure you all know by now they historically collapsed again because that is what that franchise does. So when you grow up being a Toronto fan and you see 17 years of failure over and over and over again through your formative years, that's where I come from, where pessimism fuels me, because every time I believe in that team, they completely destroy all my hopes. So it's just better to not believe in them.
I think you can really relate to people from like the Texas Rangers, like those fan bases.
Yeah.
You could definitely relate, Justin. Texas Rangers, sorry, but
but at least the Rangers won rounds.
Yeah, but
difference.
Do you want to win rounds and then literally be this close to a world championship?
It's better than winning 0 rounds in 17 years.
I don't know.
Then no championships in 50 plus.
It's not good either way, but I mean, at least none of us are the Seattle Mariners.
How many
Leafs are pretty much with them
legends, talents have they wasted?
A lot.
Like, how do you have Randy Johnson, A-Rod, Ken Griffey Jr. on the same team and
Edgar Martinez.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Edgar Martinez and even Jay Buhner too.
I mean, just remember during his time with the Mariners, Ichiro only made the postseason once.
Yeah. I mean, heck, they had
that was his rookie year.
Miners too.
But like, they've had so many good players. At least
Felix Hernandez too.
Yeah.
Ooh, Stan's pinch hitting here. Let's go.
Ichiro.
It doesn't help when you. It doesn't help when you do things like trading a package of players headlined by Adam Jones for Eric Bedard.
True.
Stanton with the pinch hitting. Let's see what he can do here.
In a huge spot here.
Yeah. Best niner hitter in baseball maybe here. Ninth position.
And when he signed that $13 million contract, like that was a crazy day. Like 13 years, $325 million.
Get ready for the Yankee boos when he strikes out.
Or the cheers if he hits a homer. It's going to be a strike.
Yeah, but the strikeout is far more likely.
Oh, yeah, far more likely.
This is Giancarlo Stanton we're talking about. And not 20 – this isn't 2016 Stanton anymore.
True.
Or 2017 Stanton, actually. That's his MVP year. And this is 2021 Giancarlo.
When Stanton was with the Marlins, he was good.
Oh, big swing this.
Since returning from the IL, 2 for 23 with 11 Ks. Yep, that's the guy I want here. That inspires confidence in me.
Yeah.
I mean, who's he pinch hitting for? I'd rather have him still. Stanton than that guy.
He's pinch hitting for Brett Gardner, so would you really?
Okay, that's not – yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's just like
Stanton.
that's like pinch hitting that's pinch hitting shiny trash for like
Upstairs.
worse trash.
I mean, yeah, either way you're sending a trash guy to the plate, but you might as well send the trashy guy that you're paying big bucks to.
Exactly. And the one that can actually hit the ball more than 20 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild to me that Brett Gardner still has a job in today's MLB, and it's a starting job to boot.
Okay, I bet you, though, Brett Gardner could steal a lot of bases if he ever got on base. Like,
yep. Oh, big swing and a miss by Stanton there.
Oh, my goodness. He struck out. I'm so surprised.
Nasty slider. Blake Taylor.
That was a nasty slider.
That was disgusting. Oh, man.
But there was only a 98.6% chance that Stanton was going to strike out.
He's hype. Blake Taylor. They actually showed on there the Red Sox have lost 11 straight series at Yankee Stadium.
Wow.
This is the first time that swept them since 2011.
Crazy.
If they hold on, I guess. Which
hopefully.
They got really good clothing.
Because the Yankees suck.
They do.
Good. Thanks for striking out Taylor, or for striking out Stanton Taylor. You just locked me up my fantasy matchup. And Noah, you know who would have been a good recommendation for a pitcher of the week last week?
Who?
Herman Marquez, surprisingly. He had 2 starts this week, both in Colorado against Texas and Oakland. 13 innings, 2 runs, sub-1 whip, 13 strikeouts, and a win.
I mean, I think I nailed it with Luis Garcia.
Yeah, Luis Garcia was good too.
He was pretty good. And I even mentioned like in it that like he was facing 2 really good offenses, but he still had a great week. But this next week, there's so many off days. Like I couldn't even find any pitchers that had 2 matchups. Luis Garcia is now owned in 80% of fantasy leagues. When I wrote that article, he was owned in like 28%. He's thrown 13 innings, 2 runs, 3 walks, 8 hits, 14 Ks. And his 2 starts last week against 2 elite offenses.
I know you two aren't his biggest fans, but Jesse Winker, another 3 home run day. His second of the season.
And you know the record is 3, and it's Sammy Sosa.
I'm just saying, man. You got to give Jesse Winker his respect.
No, I'm just saying, though, like, if he has 1 more, he ties Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine if Jesse Winker could learn how to hit left-handed pitching.
Yeah.
I mean,
get off this guy here, Chapman. There's no way.
Guy can't hit a lefty, and he still ranks as one of the best hitters in all of baseball. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
I loved how they showed the Aroldis Chapman graphic when it wasn't even Aroldis Chapman on camera.
Yeah.
It's a really nice image of I don't even know who that is.
I don't either.
I don't either. Oh man.
These guys
Lead off double for Hunter Renfroe. Oh, it is good. Wow.
No point in even watching this game. Matt is
Matt's just gonna tell me everything.
Every single batter.
First pitch hacking. I thought that was gone for a second.
Renfroe thought it was gone too.
Yeah.
Does Miguel Andujar know how to play the outfield, or is he just there because they have no one else?
They're sitting.
Because first he played that horribly off the wall, and then he made a horrible throw.
Yeah. He did throw forget who he threw somebody out at second earlier in the game. Don't remember who it was, but he made a nice throw.
Marwin Gonzalez now.
There's a lot of good infielders though that cannot play the outfield, but for some reason keep getting outfield appearances. Miguel Andujar is one of them. Wow, nice strike call there.
Yeah, that was high.
Yes, it was.
What, you mean the umpires make bad strike calls every so often? I was led to believe they're perfect.
Yeah, they don't. Interesting.
See, that should be something they keep track of more often. Like the umpire perfect game.
They do. They have that.
Well, they do. They have umpire
Track of
reports.
balls and strike percentages they get.
But it's never.
Yeah, and how many missed calls they get. They're out there. You just have to look for them.
Really, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So who's the best umpire?
There's this one guy. I don't know if you saw John Boy. He made a video about it. Like this guy only missed one call in the game. He was 99%, 99.99%. He only missed one, and it was like a borderline call.
Wow.
But that guy's really good. He's really young too. It goes to show like a lot of the older guys like Joe West, who's the Angel Hernandez. It's like these guys are just, they don't care, and they have a huge attitude and ego. But the younger guys are like clearly much better. Like,
oh yeah,
guy's like a rookie or pretty new to the league. And was that his splitter he threw there? Wow, that's nasty. Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he struck out more than half the guys he's faced this year. That's insane.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez is horrible.
Oh, he's brutal. Yeah. Ooh, Kike Hernandez has struck out every time he's come up. Will it change?
Maybe. It's a 1-0 count.
Yeah, and I mean, he's facing one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball. So let's see.
Yes, he is.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Through that 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one more out, and then the bottom half, and game could be over.
Yeah, it could be. Matt Barnes, pretty good relief pitcher in his own right. But
yeah,
he's got the top of the order coming up, so it should be interesting.
I mean, the top of the Yankees order, so.
Yeah, I guess so. That is something to consider.
Definitely. Did I mention the Yankees suck?
Oof.
Ooh, I just received a trade offer in a fantasy league. Let's go look at this.
Yes.
Ketel Marte for Austin Riley.
Who's giving up who?
I'm giving up Ketel. He's giving up Austin Riley.
Oh, yeah, do it. Austin Riley's the GOAT.
I mean, I don't need him, though.
But Austin Riley's the GOAT.
But Austin Riley's BABIP's ridiculous right now.
But I don't need him.
Yeah, don't do it.
I desperately need Ketel Marte because my outfield is destroyed by injuries. Cough my
But Austin Riley's the GOAT.
All right, to give you perspective, I have Mike Trout, who's injured. My only other outfielder who is above league average right now is Raimel Tapia.
You should pick up Juan Lagares.
Yeah, dude, do it.
I think I'd rather not.
But he's Mike Trout's replacement. They
Yeah.
said that he's doing a pretty good job of replacing Mike Trout.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He's a 550 OPS, man. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody dropped Robbie Grossman. That's not a bad
Whoa.
pickup there.
Yeah, he's gross. Ew.
People in my fantasy league are really dumb. Like the guys I've picked up off like the just for free, like Mark Hanna, Austin Meadows, Jared Walsh.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Austin Meadows.
You know who's available right now in my league? Trent Grisham. And he's owned in 98% of fantasy leagues.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
See, I also picked up Canna and Jared Walsh, but I picked them up week 1 of the season.
I picked him up week 3.
See, that's late.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, somebody picked up Jesse Winker the night before opening day in my league. So
They had the inside scoop that he was going to get lucky this year.
I mean, Winker. I mean, the guy's
He's
a
carrying more than
900
one
OPS.
4-leaf clover in his back pocket.
I mean, the guy has a 900 OPS. He's not a bad hitter.
Oh, I also picked up Starling Marte for free.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Like, I don't know how, but and Carson Kelly.
You picked up Carson Kelly for free?
A lot of people did. Carson Kelly
Like,
was not rostered to begin with.
Catchers are horrible offensively, and you picked up arguably one of the better ones.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And Alex Wood. Casey Mize.
Man, you guys are chirping. You guys are chirping Jesse Winker a lot, but his worst career OPS is 830. He's been a good hitter his whole career.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, if anyone likes Jesse Winker and is watching this, I don't hate the guy, but it's really funny to just make fun of him.
Oh, you gotta have a guy.
Oh,
Tate.
You gotta have fun. Like, he's been so lucky. But yeah,
He thinks he's sick because he's got like a name that would be like a Disney World character, like Jesse Winker. Like, what kind of stupid name is that?
I just think he's good because he is good.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not a manly name.
Didn't you call him Winkler once, and then you were
I
like,
called him
yeah,
Winkler.
Oh yeah, he took out the L, or he took the L.
Yeah, I took the L. I don't know. I said something clever.
Well, you thought you were saying it clever, but you totally said it wrong, and it didn't make sense.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was on the live stream. I said
Yeah,
it, I texted it, and I said it the way I wanted to.
yeah. And Justin was just like, "What on earth are you saying?"
I'm sitting here questioning that right now too, as you guys are going on about how he's lucky and not good. I'm just questioning here. I'm like, do we really know baseball at Beanie Bro Sports if we think the guy with a 1,000 OPS for the season stinks?
I don't know. You just gotta have those guys that just like they're good, like deep down, but you just gotta make fun of them.
The dude in 50 games has 70 hits and 17 home runs. Like, clearly he's doing something right.
I don't know though. He's almost as lucky as Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, don't get me started.
373 BABIP. Defensive WAR of -0.7.
I never said Winker was a good defender. He's never
He's a
been
brutal
good
defender.
He's a terrible defender, and he's slow as shit. But the dude rakes.
All right. He doesn't strike out too much, so maybe I don't hate him that much. I hate guys that strike out so much.
Matt, you
See,
can't
Winker-
hate Jesse Winker. Like, we live off your hate of Jesse Winker.
Okay, he's
See,
a horrible
Winker-
defender and slow. I hate that.
Okay, good.
He's the
See, what
opposite of
Winker did-
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and he's my favorite player.
He's pretty awesome.
I love
See,
him.
here's what Winker did. Jesse Winker used to be a like good hitter with some power, who walked a good amount and didn't strike out much. This year, rather than walking as much, he traded the walking for more aggressiveness at the plate, hunting pitches, which is why he's hitting more home runs and hitting for more extra base hits. He still doesn't strike out much, but he's swinging earlier in counts. He's hunting pitches. It's amazing how small adjustments like that can turn you into a good hitter into a great one. Or conversely, it can make you a good hitter and make you a terrible hitter.
Yeah, Jesse Winker sucks.
Yeah, he sucks. Wow.
He's horrible.
Sucks
Like,
at
how
defense,
dare
yeah.
he hit 3 home runs in one game
Twice.
twice? Like, oh, come on. Like, if he did it once, he'd be great, but twice.
And
You're
the
telling
second
me
one,
his stats are inflated off 2 really good games. That's what you're telling me.
and
Yeah.
the second one was in St. Louis, where it's hard to hit home runs.
So he's just had 2 lucky games, one of them in St. Louis, and which have really
Cool.
skewed his stats. I see what you're saying, Justin. I understand now. Thank you for clarifying.
It's almost like Francisco Lindor's lucky games that got his OPS above 600.
Is it actually above 600? That's
I think it's finally above 600.
Oh, good job. Frankie. I'm proud of you. Wow. That's just like the best shortstop for the Mets ever. Easily 600 OPS. Best since Jose Reyes for sure.
We're talking 20. Are we talking second stint Jose Reyes?
Oh, hell no.
Oh.
Because that guy was pretty depressing to watch
Yeah.
play baseball. I mean, at least Jose did something good for the Jays. He brought them Tulo, who admittedly wasn't Tulo anymore, but like still better than Jose.
I mean,
he's a reliable defender.
Yeah, I love watching Jose Reyes use his powerful arm to airmail the ball 10 rows deep. My favorite pastime watching Jays games when he was in town. I had an absolute cannon, but he had the command of it. His command was worse than Rick Ankiel.
Yep.
All right, this game needs to hurry it up. This is a slow game.
I know.
No, it's Yankees Red Sox. What do you expect?
You say it's been a slow game, but we've been here for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. These teams are taking their sweet time. I have things to do, Boston. I got to finish writing power rankings.
Yeah, I do too.
Our power rankings are coming out tomorrow. We got some big droppers, big climbers.
Oh, yeah. One of them playing in this game.
One of them playing in this game, and I'm pretty sure we all know who it is. They suck.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we don't really have any big risers this week. A lot of teams kind of just stayed the course or beat up on, like, teams that you thought would rise would beat up on bad teams, and then teams that you thought would fall a lot played like 500 ball against really good teams.
Cubs were definitely one of the really good teams this past week.
Cubs were probably, I'd say, the biggest risers.
Yeah, I think also the Astros, which didn't really move up in the rankings, I think they might have moved up a spot or two. We'll see tomorrow. But with the schedule they had these last 2 weeks, I think it's really impressive that they were able to go a little bit above 500. I think they were 7-5 after today's win.
Yeah, something like that.
Very good teams. Dodgers, Blue Jays, Red Sox, and I forget the 4th team.
I think it might have been, was it the Padres? It might have been the Padres.
Yeah, I think it was the Padres. Like, just crazy that they drew that schedule. And
I can confirm it was the Padres.
Did Oakland win today?
No, Oakland lost. They got shut down by Herman Marquez.
So the Astros are 1 game back in the AL West.
Yeah, they lost. The A's lost 3-1 today.
And now I'm thinking, like,
they got 1 run on an RBI double from
got to change the
Sean Murphy in the 6th.
And the Astros. We really do.
Wouldn't be a bad beat.
Like, it's a 1 game difference, and the Astros have had a far better 2 weeks. They've played far better teams.
And the A's have played a whole lot of garbage.
Yeah. I'd like to change. I don't know about you
guys. Because the Yankees and Red Sox like making non-Red Sox and Yankees fans suffer, Aaron Judge is going deep here. It is the way.
You're still on Aaron Judge? Wow.
Oh my God!
I'm not on Aaron Judge either.
Something happened.
My feed is slow. Then I don't know what to tell you.
It's very slow.
2 pitches in here.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened then. Oh, there we go. My stream crashed. So I was getting lags.
By the way, Aaron Judge is not going deep for anyone listening right now.
Yeah, he does get on base though.
I'm going to assume that Aaron Judge will not go deep.
Oh, he walked.
Look at that. He's shocking. Okay. But hey, Gleyber Torres with a chance to win it. But his 0-2 count makes it much less.
Yeah, my feed is completely gone after it lagged out like that. So I'm gonna need some verbal cues.
Torres just fouled off the ball. It's 0-2.
Now he's short. Now he's taking a few practice swings. He's adjusting his gloves. He's
All right, I don't need that.
Oh wow, you must be ahead of me then.
What's that?
You must be ahead of me now, Noah.
I think I'm behind you. What's the count?
0-2.
Oh yeah, 0-2 for me too. He's stepping into the batter's box. He's jumping on his.
A pitch came.
Nope.
A pitch came. Yet. I won't tell you what happened. It's exciting though.
He touched his helmet with his right hand, Justin. He's getting.
Wow, you're so far behind.
I am so far
behind.
I don't need the.
Can I tell you what happened?
Okay. It's a double down the line. They're gonna.
Yep. Game tied.
And the Yankees and Red Sox just keep giving never-ending.
Yeah, Barnes, man, he's been so better closers in the game. Blows it.
Okay, now here's the question to both of you because you guys are both Blue Jays fans. Obviously, the Yankees have been struggling lately, and with the Blue Jays, it is a 4-team race for the division. So when you see a game like this where the Red Sox are higher up in the division, but the Yankees have been struggling, would you rather the Yankees continue to struggle, or would you rather see them come up with a win against the Red Sox and
can I have
competitive division?
Can I have both things happen?
But like, what are you thinking here? Are you glad the Yankees tie it, or
I really could not care.
I don't want the Yankees to get.
If I'm being honest, I really could not care. It's too.
I don't want the Yankees to win.
It's too early in the season. For me, it's too early in the season to be scoreboard watching and hoping other I'd hope teams lose because I don't like them.
You're not,
but I don't care who wins over the other.
Okay.
I love seeing the Yankees suck.
Yeah, like I would think you'd rather face the Red Sox down the stretch than the Yankees.
I mean, I would prefer both teams lose.
Well, Justin, unfortunately, that's not possible when they're playing each other.
Yeah.
Well, one can dream, can't they?
Your only bet right now, Justin, is for it to rain and for it to be suspended, so neither team wins for 3 months.
Yeah, they have to play later.
That'd be nice.
These suspended games are fun, though. Like, the Mets had one with Miami at the beginning of the year, so now if, like, Corey Dickerson's traded. Imagine if, like, Corey Dickerson was traded to the Mets and had a hit for both teams in the same game.
Well, Juan Soto, he hit a home run before he made his major league debut.
True.
Because of a suspended game that he then was placed into the lineup for, and he hit a home run in that game.
And
it came before his official debut.
These suspended games are insane.
That would have been, see, if we had started this 2 years ago, that would have been newsworthy.
That's true. That would have been. Best part of Saturday, Justin. Saturday snooze news.
Oh yeah.
You get your obscure moments throughout baseball.
Wake up to all the dumb things that happen around baseball. There's always lots.
Yeah. It's funny because every week I send Justin like so many of them, and then I'm reading his article and like I see some of the ones I sent him, but I'm also like, wow, I didn't know that happened or that. And it's like there's literally so many things that happen each week that nobody has any idea about.
Like the Gio Urshela 3-ball walk.
Yeah, like I had no idea that happened.
If you do either of you what's it called? I forget the name of the YouTube channel all of a sudden. It's like slipping my mind. It's John Boys.
Yes.
If you know who that is.
Yes, I do.
Dorktown, that's what it is. They have a full 20-minute video on umpires on two strikeouts, 3-ball walks, and just a whole bunch of like counting fails that have happened throughout baseball.
Wow. That's awesome though. Like I'm surprised it's happened that many times.
Well, here's the thing, that the chart I use, which is the one they directed me to for a citation, it's technically the official one, but almost all of them are tracked from 2010 on because that's when 2008 on because that's when pitch tracking started.
True.
So we really don't know exactly how many 3-ball walks or 2 strikeouts there have been.
But like, how does that happen?
Because for some people, counting to 4 or 3 is really difficult. In the case of Giovanni Urshela, the scoreboard keeper made a mistake on the scoreboard and accidentally put up an extra ball. They lost track of the counts. Then the umpire was looking at the scoreboard to try to remember the count.
True.
Our favorite guy's pitch hitting here, Rube Odor.
Oh no! Just end this game.
182.
Is
What, you're saying
Rugnet
he's going to
good?
get out? Are you kidding me?
Save me,
Odor?
Rugnad. Rugnad, I don't like you, but save me from
Come on.
extras.
Like, this is baseball. Like, it just makes sense that a guy with a 182 batting average wins this game.
He's gonna hit a blooper that's just gonna drop in front of whoever's in center field for the Red Sox today. I actually have no idea. Kike Hernandez. It's gonna just fall in front of Hernandez. He's gonna try to uncork a throw, and it's gonna be just late because that's baseball.
He's gonna throw him out at home. I feel like that's baseball.
Oh, that would be pain.
These Sunday night games, they find a way to torture us.
Odor have a good eye? What?
Apparently. But like 2 weeks ago, no team scored until the 10th inning. And even that 10th inning, Matt, 2 weeks ago in the Cubs-Cardinals game took forever.
Did. Cardinals bullpen walked so many guys. That's why. My goodness.
Justin, you conveniently dipped out after 9 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah,
you
I'll be doing it.
missed one.
I'll be doing it again tonight. I'm here till the 9th. I got some write-ups to do.
So do I.
I got some write-ups to do. I got to start editing. Man, the editing process, man. I've got Noah who occasionally points out when I miss stuff when I edit, but
it's funny though because like I'll open up one of the articles the next day and I'll just be like quickly glancing through and like these spelling mistakes just stick out to me. So then I just send them all to you.
Yep. Man, I'm not perfect. I'm not a robot. I miss things.
Oh, definitely. It's so hard editing. Like I don't know how these like different blogs can do that. Like I see a mistake and I'm like, whatever. Probably is not a good mindset to have, but
yeah, probably not. No.
I find that we mostly like the biggest mistakes we make are always in the little write-up below the picture.
Yeah.
Because it's just like an afterthought and then nobody's editing it because you're just typing it yourself. And when you write your own thing, it's so hard to see. Like from an editing perspective, it's hard to edit yourself. All right, please get a hit here. Odor. Not that I wouldn't just love to watch a 10th inning of this game.
Wow. Oh ho ho! Just missed that pitch. Drilled the umpire on it. Oof.
Oh yeah.
As a former umpire, I definitely had a couple of those. Oh, baby. On Rugnet. Oh, Rugnet with a good eye. He's really got a good. He's really making Matt Barnes work. Oh, he's staring down. He's staring down Matt Barnes. Man, Rugnet's pretty small, but man, he's like thick. He's just a solid dude.
Matt, that Danny Jansen comment I made, like, oh, nice to have a guy like going 150 headed to the IL or whatever. People like keep messaging on it, all these Blue Jays fans, and now they're annoying me. There's like 15 comments on my comment.
Yeah, Blue Jays fans, there's a lot of us.
Like they're all talking about what catcher is gonna like be the
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That's one of the worst calls I've ever seen. He just rung up Odor on a curveball way outside. That was brutal.
No.
That was brutal. That was a ball four all day. That was horrible. Show it again, please. Yeah, look at that ball. It's way outside.
I need to see this. My thing lagged, so I missed it, and then I went back in, and now I'm too late.
How do you call that a strike? I'm sorry. That is one of the worst calls I've seen.
Oh my goodness. That's a good 2-3 inches off.
Well, that's a good call to end my time on the stream on.
That's more than 2 to 3 inches off.
Yeah, that was brutal. That's the worst call I've seen this year.
Enjoy extras, gentlemen. I'm gonna head out, write my stuff up, do some editing to make sure that we get it out on time tomorrow. For those watching, check out our power rankings. They'll be dropping at 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific. 12 p.m. Central Time. I know my time zones. 11 a.m. Mountain Time too.
Perfect.
Yeah, check out the blog, guys.
Thanks,
Oh,
Justin.
yeah.
Extra innings. Take it easy. To all our fans watching out there, we appreciate you. And have a good night.
Peace out, Justin.
See ya. And to anyone who just watched Justin dip out after the 9th inning, send your questions to Justin. As annoying as they are, send them to us on Instagram.
Yep.
Sports.
Don't be afraid. He loves answering questions.
Oh yeah, he loves it. Especially make sure you make fun of Fernando Tatis Jr.,
Yeah.
Jesse Winker, and that's about it. That's all you need.
Yeah, he loves those guys with a passion.
Yeah, he loves when you bash those two guys.
Yep. So just feed him.
That was such a bad strike call.
Oh, that was brutal. Like, oh my gosh. I'm surprised. I'm surprised no one got ejected for that. That was brutal.
Oh, if I was Odor, I would have been ejected there.
Oh, I would have been screaming. It's like, come on, that is brutal. Like, I know there's like close calls and stuff and whatever, and like 3-2, you got to be swinging at things close, but that was not close.
Yeah, and it's one thing if that's in the first inning, but that's in the 9th inning when you have a chance to win it. You're taking the walk for the team, and you get rung up on it.
I can't believe he called that. Like, for some reason, when I saw that, I just had a feeling like he's going to call that a strike. That's outside, but he's going to call it a strike. I don't know why I thought like that. It's like, I don't know why.
So dumb. Ugh,
Like,
it frustrates me when they make calls like
oh,
that.
they're showing it again. Yeah, that's so far outside.
I know. That was like at least 3 inches off the plate. At least.
Oh, he did. I think he did toss someone. Yeah, he did. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Who got tossed? Oh, the hitting coach? Oh, this guy's huge. Who the heck is this guy? He's huge. That guy's massive. Oh my
Yes,
God.
he is. Oh my God. He is not happy.
Yeah, he's huge. You don't want to tick off a guy that big. Oh my God.
No.
He's huge. His veins are just sticking out. That's how big he is. Oh, man, we got Bobby Dahlback here. Dahlback, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. I call him strikeout bomb guy. That's all he seems to do. Hit bombs and strike out.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he can be productive and at least move the runner over here. Might be asking too much for him.
I think it's asking too much.
Now you got Odor playing second, so your defense just got worse.
So yesterday I posted on the Instagram story all the Nike Connect jerseys and got people to vote on which one was nicest. Can you guess which one got the most votes?
Sorry, which one? What'd you say?
So you know the Nike Connect jerseys, like Chicago White Sox,
Yeah.
Miami Marlins, the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
So I put a poll on the Instagram story yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Which one got the most votes?
I'd say the Red Sox.
Would you be surprised if I told you they got 0 votes?
I guess maybe not. Because Red Sox, I guess, got like a whole old style thing going, so people probably didn't like that they tried to change things up.
I mean, I like the Red Sox one. I just thought I really like the Marlins one. That one was my favorite.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of our viewers like the White Sox one. I think about 65% of people voted White Sox.
Well, was that the one that said South Side on it or whatever?
Yeah, that one looks pretty
sick.
That's the one Tony La Russa was wearing in that video when he's got the hat like that.
Man, the Yankees are so mad at this umpire. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Is this a ball 4 then?
Someone else is going to get tossed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this guy's going to get tossed.
Definitely.
Oh man. That was such a close pitch too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, Gary Sanchez so mad at him.
I mean, and as much as we hate the Yankees, like they have every right to be mad. I mean, that was a horrible call.
Yeah, the one, the last thing, like that was definitely a ball there. Oh, I think he ejected someone else. Yep.
But I think this was the other pitch missed by that much, and you called it a strike. Why aren't you calling this one a strike?
Yeah, that was a ball or whatever. But it's like, oh man, he's just
What?
F you at that
Oh my goodness.
Who is this guy? The pitching coach or something? Uh-oh.
I just saw it.
Oh, he's going out to oh, Aaron Boone. He's like, yeah, you're gone. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh man.
Oh my
You guys getting tossed.
This is exciting.
It is. I want Aaron Boone to get tossed too.
So for anyone who might not be watching the game right now, pretty much everyone in the Yankees coaching staff has been ejected.
Yeah. Oh man. More Oh my.
We don't really know who's who for the Yankees coaching staff. I don't watch the Yankees enough, but pretty much their entire coaching staff is gone.
I'm trying to figure out who's ejected.
They're all just like, what? Everyone's just pointing. Now Aaron Boone's coming out to see. Oh,
like, what are you doing?
Goodness.
This
is pretty entertaining.
It is. It is pretty entertaining. What's this guy doing out here? Is he gonna get ejected? Oh, am I out? I didn't say a word. That's what he's saying. I didn't say a word. And he's out. How many guys are ejected? 3? 2, 3?
Even the announcers have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, I guess I'm not listening to that, but man, that's funny. I don't know what's going on. I think they're just trying to figure out who got ejected. So all these guys were screaming and they were just pointing at guys. I think that's what's happening.
Okay, so I just turned on the volume. So within the last few minutes, they have lost their third base coach and their backup third base coach.
Oh my gosh.
So their depth at third base is running low, and it's not in the fifth territory.
And
third base coach.
Oh, that nice bunt by Christian Arroyo. Is that who his name is? Christian Arroyo?
Yeah. No, Christian Vasquez. Right? Vasquez?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so hitting coach Marcus Thames was ejected.
Okay.
And third base coach Phil Nevin.
Okay.
So the third base coach, and then the hitting coach would have been the third base coach, but now he's not even going to be the third base coach. So now, who knows? Aaron Boone might be a third base soon.
Maybe.
Or they might even send like Giancarlo Stanton out to third base eventually.
I mean, he's got to earn his contract somehow.
Exactly.
I really want to see another close pitch that doesn't go the Yankees' way.
Me too. This is quite amusing.
Oh.
The Yankees are going to lose this game, not even by giving up runs. They're just not going to have any players left on the field.
I can't wait to watch this later and like hear the audio of all this happening.
I know. I'm definitely watching this inning after.
Or even like the John Boy. There's going to be a John Boy video about this.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's going to be funny. See his breakdown of it.
Like, this is quite an inning.
It is.
Sunday Night Baseball always has these moments. I don't know how it always happens, but there's always something.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what's the best moment in Sunday Night Baseball this year?
I mean, maybe the one with the Phillies Mets one.
The one where it went over, but then it didn't?
Yeah. Oh.
But then also the one at home with Alec Boehm.
Yeah, that one too. Like, there's been a lot of them.
Yeah.
Looks like the Yankees may be able to get out of this after the ground ball they got there.
Yeah, that was a good play for sure there.
Yeah, good job, Odor. I mean, I won't blame you for striking out there because that was clearly ball 4. So, but
I really want the Yankees to not score in the bottom half because of a mistake by their third base coach.
Oh, I also want to see them get rung up on something questionable.
Yeah.
All right, Xander Bogaerts. This is the guy you probably want at the plate here. Oh, no. Yeah, ball bounced away, but with Christian Vasquez at third. Yeah.
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 And that's about as far away as when Tatis scored the other night
Yeah.
and was hailed a hero.
Wow, Xander Bogaerts struggles against Cisa. Says so, whatever you say his name. 3 for 13.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a fun night after this game ends, getting those power rankings done.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done a single one of my write-ups yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was doing other stuff, so.
Yeah, me too.
Strike right there. 1-1 count. Come on, Xander. Oof. That was close. Let's go. Let's get the Yankees fired up. That was close. Oh, they want it. They want to get mad at that. Let's see if he went on this. Ooh, that was close. Close in the check swing.
Aaron Boone is just not loving life right now.
Yeah, but he knows he can't get tossed with all the other guys. It's like,
but isn't that crazy that, like, have you ever seen it where this many coaches get ejected, but the manager still's there?
yeah, usually the manager just gets ejected too. It's like,
Yeah,
whatever.
usually the manager's the first one.
Hoo-hoo. Nice.
Something happened.
Yeah, big hit by Bogaerts.
Big hit. Okay.
2-run single.
Okay, yes.
Oh, let's go.
That hurts for the Yankees. They almost got the strike.
Got out of it, but they forgot Bogaerts is a pretty good hitter.
Yeah.
And if he's struggling against this guy in his career, he hung that. Boom.
Yeah, that was not a good pitch.
You kind of like get mired in a bit because it's like he knows it's going to drop going between two guys there.
Definitely.
Boom. Nice. All right. Now Devers here. See if they can add more to this.
So next week, instead of doing the Sunday night game, we could maybe do the Monday night game the day after because it's Jays Red Sox. That'd be pretty good.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd be down to do that.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to do a Jays one.
Oh yeah, because I mean the Jays will never be on Sunday Night Baseball.
Exactly.
We'll get them.
Yeah, definitely. And it's better than doing Cubs Cardinals again.
Yeah, because they'll be offense with the Red Sox and Blue Jays.
Yeah. And nothing against Cubs Cardinals. They got a great rivalry going on, but
yeah, it's just, I want some offense. I don't want 1-0 games.
Yeah, especially when we're going live and running out of things to talk about. Like tonight's been much better than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And even if the Jays had a huge lead, they still have a horrible bullpen that would make it interesting. So.
Oh, yeah. Plus the fact that, at least you, Justin, and Abe could talk about the Jays for days.
Oh, yeah.
And I can just talk about how bad Danny Jansen is.
Oh, yeah. And our bullpen, too. You can talk about how brutal the bullpen is and Charlie Montoya's questionable decisions.
Oh, yeah. And you got some former Mets going on in the team there, too.
Yeah, I guess Steven Matz. Anthony K's in the minors right now.
Yeah.
Well, the Yankees are 0-17 when they allow 5 or more runs. Only team with 0 wins.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That is insane. And that's not what you would expect, or at least coming into the season from the Yankees, who were just supposed to be much better, offensive team, and they've just had no offense.
Yeah.
And that's why. It's the same reason the Mets are so good when they score 4 runs, because their pitching's great. And this is the same reason when the Yankees are so bad when they give up that many runs. The offense has been horrible.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I could think of a lot of games where the Jays lost like 10-7 or 1-7. So, like, breaking both of those New York narratives. Oh, that ball really carried. Wow. Still caught it, though.
Go on. And this is like the really annoying thing about Yankees fans is look at all the Yankees fans who are leaving right now.
You have what?
There are like so many fans that, at least behind home plate, were getting up to leave, like packing up their bags.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. You're down.
Yeah, it's like
you're getting a free runner. You're going to have the tying run up at the plate.
you're right about that. Yeah. You
And these guys, like, they're sitting right behind home plate. They have great seats. And they just give up on their team.
Yeah, if I have tickets right there, if it's going 18 innings, I'm staying for every inning.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the difference between Yankees fans and like Blue Jays fans or Mets fans, Twins fans, like Athletics fans. Like Yankees fans are just used to this level of winning.
Yeah, they're just preppy, titled.
Yeah, but honestly, like the best part about winning is that it doesn't always happen, and then when it does happen, it's like such a great feeling.
Oh yeah,
like when the Mets were in the World Series in 2015.
Yeah, that would have been crazy because that was like almost 30 years since they last won in '86.
Yeah.
I mean, also, that was a crazy World Series because you had the Royals that hadn't won in '85, and then the Mets hadn't won in '86. So, it was, one of those teams is going to break a big, long stretch.
Exactly. And it was really exciting series. Like, the pitching was great.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mets obviously had those young starters. The Royals had a great bullpen. And the moment with Syndergaard when he threw up and in on Escobar, too. The fact that the World Series started with a triple by Escobar off the boot by Cespedes. Or was it an inside the park home run?
It was an inside the park home run.
It was an inside, like, it was just one of the World Series for the ages. It just had so many great moments, even though it only went 5 games. Like Eric Hosmer taking home to tie the game in Game 5.
They're showing Clint Frazier's walk-off against the Rays.
Nice.
He can't walk it off here, but he can tie the game.
Yes, he can.
Who's this guy? The Red Sox.
Sorry, I'm behind, so I don't know who it is.
Phillips Valdez. Okay. I mean, none of his numbers scream like elite, but
high ERA, 8 walks in 17 innings.
There you go, Odor. You're on base now.
True.
Wow. Okay, that's funny.
That's why Odor didn't get himself.
I won't ruin for you what happens, but
all right. So something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Can't we just end this game? I mean, sorry, I love baseball.
Just one pitch drills a guy.
But it's not even like this is a good comeback. Like he just hits him on the first pitch.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
Like, come on. There's a tying run.
You're already gifted a guy on second, and then you hit a guy, and it's like, whoa.
So now it's first and second with the obvious automatic man on second, but
I guess it's still good double play. The Yankees are good at that.
You got a bad bullpen when you've given up runners on first and second, only thrown one pitch. Thank you, Rob Manfred, for. I mean, I don't know. It's nice sometimes. It's nice when it's not your team playing.
Yeah, like this case here, although this could just keep going. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it kind of looks like it might.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Which I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he threw a strike.
He did. I thought that was fastball for a second, but it says that those were just his change up.
Yeah.
Another change up. Nice. Another changeup. Wow. Seems like a lot of these bullpen guys just keep like tripling and quadrupling up on the same pitch.
Yeah.
Like, who was it? I think it was Adavino. He came out of the bullpen and threw 5 sliders in a row.
Yeah. But that's what analytics are showing. Like, stick with your best pitch.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give up a hit, at least let it be on your best pitch. So the quality control and catching coach is currently the acting first base coach.
I don't know what the quality control coach would do. That's funny though.
Yeah.
Another changeup. It's 5 in a row.
Wow. Wait, what's this guy's name? I'm gonna look up how often he throws a changeup.
Phillips Valdez. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Like if you just throw it so often, wouldn't it just be like your fastball? Basically, it's like you're throwing it that slow.
Yeah. Well, Trevor Hoffman had a good changeup.
Yeah, he did.
He was drafted as a shortstop.
This guy or Trevor?
Trevor Hoffman.
Oh, fair.
Okay, so he uses his changeup. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm looking.
Oh,
he uses his changeup 62.3% of the time.
wow! And it worked there.
Yes, it did.
Yankees do what they do best.
Did he touch second there?
Let's see. Boom, replay. Man, it's nice to see, like, even though this guy, like, he's young and stuff, like, he fielded his position well there. I see so many times where the pitcher just throws the ball way off the bag. I mean, that wasn't the best throw, but hey.
Did he touch second? Yeah.
I think he got it with, like, his knee. Nice pick by Dahlback there.
Oh, maybe. They got to challenge that, right? If they have a challenge.
I don't use their challenge. I'm surprising. You know, oh, wow. Almost drilled him on the first pitch. Who's this up? This is the guy that we didn't know who was, like, I think he came in for second base. But I guess Odor's there now. Maybe he moved somewhere else. This guy, I have no idea who this guy is.
So this pitcher has not thrown a fastball all year.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He's thrown 62.3% changeup, 29.9% sinker, and then 7.8% slider.
That's so weird.
In 2019, he threw the four-seam fastball 0.7% of the time and hasn't thrown one since 2019.
He's thrown 2 changeups to this guy already. He's thrown like 9 in a row.
So he's thrown 2 fastballs at the major league level, which probably means that they were really sinkers, and Stack has just read them wrong.
Guy's thrown 3 changeups to this guy already. He's thrown like 10, 11 changeups in a row.
Well, that's his pitch. He throws it 62% of the time. And actually, last year, he only threw the changeup 49% of the time. So he's thrown it significantly more this year. Hitters have a 271 batting average off it, but their expected batting average is 210.
Ooh. Something happens.
Ooh, that's exciting. Something good.
Weird play.
Oh. What on earth are we watching?
I don't know. Game that just never wants to end.
So that was a ground out to the first baseman that is apparently a double. Well, a little league double, folks. If anything, that should be an infield hit. Like, I don't know why he's throwing it like that. Oh, my goodness. This is hard to watch, Matt.
Yeah, it is.
I'm curious where Dalbec was playing there because really he should be charging that ball and the pitcher should be going to first.
Yeah. My goodness.
The Red Sox were ready to celebrate a big win there. Well, now the Yankees are 1 hit away from tying this yet again.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Maybe if we talk about how much we hate the Yankees, they won't get a hit here.
Oh man, I mean, as much as that was a bad call on Odor, I'm glad it happened, but it could still not mean anything when you got DJ LeMahieu up here. I mean, he's due for a hit, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, even with his slow start to the year and 0 for 4 tonight, he's the guy you want up in this spot.
And no surprise, first pitch change up. This guy throws so many change up.
Yeah. Well, it's his best pitch.
No.
No. No.
His reaction.
No. No. Okay.
Yeah. Game's over.
The Red Sox take it.
Yeah, they do. Yankees fans are just flooding Twitter with how much that call on Odor was so awful.
If there are any Yankees fans out there, though, that are actually going to cheer for this team, even in the dog days of the summer when they're not even close to first place in the division, you're all right. I don't completely hate you.
Yeah. I must be pretty.
There's not many of them left, non-bandwagon Yankee fans.
Yeah, I'll give you that because this team doesn't have the exciting, explosive offense that we're used to. Like, it's pretty brutal. Like, one of the worst offenses in decades.
And there's the first series sweep at Yankee Stadium for the Red Sox since June of 2011.
Yeah. Look at that.
And that's a huge series for the Red Sox because they lost first place to Tampa. They were kind of declining a bit over the last few weeks, but
yeah, I know.
Themselves right back into the top of the division there.
Yep.
How far back are they of Tampa now?
Between Red Sox and Tampa.
How close are they? Oh, they're 1.5 back? Or is it going to be 1 back after that game goes through on the record? But yeah, it looks like right now it's a big Tampa Red Sox at the top of the division, and the Yankees and Blue Jays are right in there in the middle. 6 games back, though.
Yeah, they're further back. It's Red Sox and Rays right now. All right.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. And if you're watching at a later date, make sure you send us any questions you may have at Beanie Bro Sports on Instagram. And make sure you keep an eye out next week when we're live, whether